gamers, welcome back to a brand new DSP video. That's right. We're going to be watching this podcast. There's been stuff on and off that's been kind of like stupid that I want to react to. So let's get into it. Let's fucking go. Wait, wrong window. I should be on this window.
So, like I said, never say never. Let's see what happens over the next several days. But this would be a good time.
Well, let's
guessed, okay, and it has. So, like I said, never say never. Amazing. So, I never would have told you to spend some more time with my wife, which has happened in the last 9 months. I never would have guessed, okay, and it has. So, like I said, never say never. Let's see what happens over the next several days. But this would be a good time to get started. For example, last night on the Blueprint stream, support was incredibly slow. But I think that's a symptom of, number one, Blueprint's now being a night stream when normally it was a day stream.
See, I don't understand, right? Like, he says this, but of course, like, Disco Elysium was never a day stream, so, you know, that game can never come back. Blueprints, you know, whatever. But this is the thing I don't understand, right? I've said this for years, and I never get a satisfying explanation from DSP from what he says, right? Why do these games need to be in these slots specifically? Like, for some reason, Blueprints can never go back to a day stream sometimes. We cannot put a Clear Obscure on the night stream sometimes. That put that back on the day stream other days or whatever. Like, we cannot interchange the schedule however we want or whatever. Like, we just can't do that. Unless it's something that he wants to do. Like, oh, I don't want to do Schedule 1, I want to do Q&A tonight. Oh, I don't want to do this game, let's do something else tonight. Guys, I don't want, like, whatever. He's willing to change the schedule whenever he wants to, but when it comes to, like, yeah, this game did better on the day stream, why can't this be a day stream? No! Look, the day streams are reserved for new releases. Why? Why can't we just, like, play games whenever? Why do these games need to be, like, he treats these streams as if, like, he's a television network. Like, yeah, TV stations are not gonna, like, just move shows around randomly, but that's, like, a different, like, just a different beast altogether. Because when you're watching a TV or watching a streamer, that's a different situation completely. So he could play any game whenever. He just chooses not to because I don't know. It's arbitrary. These are arbitrary reasons. Like, oh yeah, I decided that the day streams are going to be only for new releases. The night streams are for games I played a few weeks ago that are chill or whatever. But it's like, why can't you play these more, like, whenever? And then if he's going to hit us with, like, well, if I play this willy-nilly, then the people who are trying to keep up are going to, like, fall behind. But I thought the whole point of archiving your streams is so that if someone misses a stream, they can watch the archive. Like, it just, there's nothing very conducive about how he does this kind of stuff, like, at all. Like, he's acting as if you tell him to play games more, like, openly, like, why don't you sometimes just switch the games around, like, every week or whatever the fuck, instead of, like, having, like, a designated pattern. Like, one day, Clear Obscure, next day, Oblivion. Day after that, Clear Obscure, Oblivion. And we just do this stuff until new releases come out. Then we can pretend as if, like, guys, you're gonna do super variety crazy streams or whatever the fuck. But it's like, why can't you be more, like, open with what you want to do with your streams? Like, he claims he's a variety streamer, but all he is just a time filler streamer. Like, it's very clear when you look at how he does these streams. It's just, there's nothing going on, so I'm just gonna put these streams on the schedule in an arbitrary way, and we're just gonna play this so that way we can get as much into it, so then when they become a night stream, we will at least make some progress, but we made a majority of the progress on the day stream. It's like, do you love playing video games?
And number two, the fact of the kind of game that it is, you'll every once in a while get someone who really likes that kind of game coming by, but it's not going to be consistent, right? So let's get back on track today. You guys have really liked Expedition 33. Me too. I love Expedition 33. I think it's an outstanding, original, fun game. I can't wait to play it today. All right, so let's get it going.
He's only saying it's original, honestly, in my opinion, because the game is so, oh my god, I would sound just as cringe, but artistic and stylized and all this other stuff. Like, sure, on the surface level, it's very, like, unique visually and this and that, but that's as much as DSP engages with video games anyway, so that already makes it original. But you can find stuff that's like that, that's very, like, tryhardy, contrived? I think contrived is the word I'm thinking of. But it's like, okay, yeah, you're just trying to be like this. You're just trying to be weird. Like you see, like, some directors try to be as weird as David Lynch, but, like, you just can't. David Lynch is one of a kind. And this dude will sit there and just be like, wow, this is so weird, wow. And so it's automatically original to him. But whatever, right?
Let's stick around after this podcast to enjoy the game. And also, let's get some support rolling if we can. Let's see if we can hit some of these goals and get to this marathon, right?
Right?
Cheers. Awesome.
1
second.
Yeah, he's gonna go and play with his blinds. That's what he did this for.
This up because today is my final streaming day of the week. I'll be gone for the next couple of days. When I come back,
I hate this is kind of petty, and this is like semantics to the max. Like, this is max semantics here. Part of my reasoning why I was confused last week or whatever when DSP said, "Oh, I'm gonna be off for a couple of days and this and that," I thought automatically when I hear a couple of days, I think 4 days. Like, automatically. I may give people 3 days for a couple of days. Like, that's like, okay, you know, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt on that one or whatever, right? Like, you know, maybe depending on how I'm feeling. Like, if I'm feeling charitable, okay, 3 days, there you go. But when you say a couple of days, I will always, at minimum, assume 4 days. So when he was like saying this, because he said this in the Daily Rep, like, whatever days ago, saying like, yeah, it'll be a short week, I'll be gone for a couple of days. And it's like, and then he tried to explain, like, you'll have a 7-day streaming week the next week, which again, you know, another semantics moment where it's like, next week I think Monday. So it's like, oh, so what's he doing Saturday and Sunday? If he has Thursday, Friday off, what about Saturday, Sunday? But it was only Thursday, Friday. Now, everyone is basing this idea that he's going to Connecticut because he said a couple of days or whatever. Now, I'm gonna throw a little thing out about this. I don't think DSP is the kind of guy that would fly all the way to Connecticut and spend a night and then to fly back. I don't see DSP as that kind of guy, directly, like, at all. The only way that I think that would make sense if there was like a very specific situation that required that, like, oh, I need to see my parents, but I do need to come back because, like, it's important or whatever, like, whatever. But I just don't think that's gonna happen. I just don't, unless, like, the only way okay, this is the only way I think that would make sense. He would go to Connecticut with Kat because I don't think DSP trusts Kat to be by herself. I just don't think he gives her any credit to be a person, whatever. So, DSP has to take Kat with him to go to Connecticut, but Kat's working Sunday or Monday, so she has to be back, like, soon. So, you know, that could explain, like, hey, I'm working Saturday and Sunday, Phil. I can't go to Connecticut. Okay, well then we'll just leave Thursday and come back Friday, so that way you'll be home in time for your job or whatever. Like, that's the only way I could see that happen. But then it's like, well, why wouldn't she tell her work that I need to go to Connecticut? My husband's family is going through shit right now. Like, but whatever, right? It is what it is. So I don't think it's a Connecticut trip. I do think it has to do with real ID. I do think he's going to get his real ID and this and that. I think that to me, I think is what's going on. I mean, the only way I believe he'd be going to Connecticut is if he calls off Saturday and Sunday. He takes an audible, as he says. But I don't think that's gonna happen. I think he's gonna come back Saturday, and maybe he'll brag about how the trolls were wrong about him going to Connecticut.
We'll be a couple days in, or a few days into May. So that means when I come back on Saturday, my backdrop will be refreshed. We will have new things behind me. So for example, there won't be a Pac-Man sign. There won't be a Metroid Lego. There won't be a Minecraft.
Oh, he's going to change his background. So let's explain what that means. Okay.
I think I'm going to swap out some of the panels. I'll probably, what I'm planning to do is tonight finish the Lego build.
Okay, we're going to move
All
on
right.
forward.
A couple shout outs to do. We got so far, I'm really enjoying the game. I'm not going to be hasty. Expedition 33 is game of the year. A lot of people are saying as such. So far, I'm really enjoying the game. I'm not going to be hasty and start saying stuff like that. But at the very same time, I'm really enjoying the game. And every single time that I have played it, I've actually liked it a little more. Like, it's growing on me the more I play it. It really is reminding me strong vibes of like Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy 13, but also Lost Odyssey. And those are good comparisons I'm making. I mean, yeah.
They're good comparisons. Do you really need to say that's good comparisons? You're comparing to other RPGs. Like, wow, an RPG is like an RPG. Okay. No, these are terrible comparisons, Phil. You fucked up.
There's some things bad about those games too, but very good.
There's like bad about those games? Oh, that is a terrible comparison, Phil. Why do we compare to perfect games?
Very, very good vibes of the.
Oh my god, dude! Listen to this.
I mean, yeah, there's some things bad about those games too, but very good.
Very good.
Very,
very good.
Vibes of the game. I love the visuals. I love the story. It's completely unique. Nothing cliche. The gameplay elements.
How do you know there's nothing cliche? What if the whole thing is cliche? I mean, it deals with like whatever. I mean, it's not cliche. It's actually not cliche, dude. But it's just, again, I don't trust that DSP is thinking on any deeper level than, dude, it's so weird. Wow, there's a huge number in the middle of the ocean. Wow, people die when the thing counts down. Whoa, this is so unique.
Elements, which is turn-based with all these different things per character, but then also you got the dodging, the parrying mechanics. It's really neat. And the more I play, the more I'm enjoying myself. So yeah, I'm there with you, Tag. We'll see what happens by the end of this year. But this one right now is a front runner. And I'm going to say this too. As skeptical as I was when I first heard it and when I first...
This is like ridiculous. Wait.
First started playing it, I'm going to argue that Blueprints is also...
Okay, I thought, I'm so glad. I did another take, and I'm glad I re-recorded it, because I thought he was saying that about Clear Obscure. I was completely wrong. This was about fucking Blueprints. But I just love he's saying this, like, I'm surprised Blueprints was... Like, it's a puzzle game, dude. Like, of course, there's a chance that people are gonna like the game, or that the game could be good. It's a puzzle game. People may like puzzles, right? But whatever. But this is him, like, thinking so less of a game because a lot of people liked it, and it's an indie game, and, like, he automatically has all these little check boxes of things DSP writes off. Because I really despise how this dude talks about fucking indie games. Like, they're lesser games, or games that are on Game Pass, or whatever. Like, he thinks that, oh, these games have a PS1 graphics style because they can't afford real graphics. Like, I mean, sure, that may be the case, technically, like, in certain cases, but it could also just be a style that they're going with. Like, I mean, Mouth Watching, for example, that did not need to be in the style of a PS1 game, but it was kind of obvious that that's the style that they were going with, or whatever. Like, they could have, like, done whatever. I mean, there's all these other graphic engines that indie devs can use or whatever. But like this dude talks about these indie games as if they're like oh my god, I don't know what example to go with that will exemplify my fucking hatred for DSP about this. I guess the best way is he it's like, oh my god. Well, it's gonna sound whatever either way, I guess. Like, just like you have like someone that's like poor making something. Like, oh yeah, this dude had like only $5 to his name. Look what he did with this modest amount of money. And you're like, wow, what a quaint little attempt, little guy. But you're nothing like this big 100,000 bajillion gajillion product that has fucking Brad Pitt in it, dude. It's like, this is like why talk about video games like this? Like, you know, it's just you know, it's just annoying. So like he sees blueprints and is like, oh, I'm surprised that I ended up liking this game that much. Why? I thought you liked puzzle games, dude. He says he loves puzzle games and he's surprised that a puzzle game is good. Okay.
So insanely good. The more I play it, the more I like it. Now when we're doing these runs and blueprints, I'm like getting so much progress and discovering so much more in the story and in the gameplay elements. I'm craving playing more.
Oh my god. I don't know why. Sometimes reading out this, like it's weird. But anyways, we didn't hear that. But anyways, this dude really talks like a junkie almost. A progress junkie, if you will. Because I've never seen anyone be so thirsty to make progress in anything. Like I can understand, like you're playing a game and you're like engrossed in the story and you want to see what happens next, or you want to see the next boss fight or whatever. Like, I can understand that, right? But nobody's like, oh my god, I played the game and I didn't make any progress. What the fuck? Because there's so many streams where DSP just gets mad about not making progress. Like, the most like ridiculous example of this is Street Fighter. Like, he was playing Street Fighter 6 and was getting upset that he wasn't like making progress in the matchmaking. Oh, I didn't hit master tonight. This is bullshit. This game sucks. Oh, I did not get 1500 MR points because the game fucking sucks. I played for 2 hours and I did not even hit master level. And it's like, you're playing a video game. Like, why does every game need to have progress? So this game, giving people like a gameplay loop of like each run you can improve with each, because it's like a roguelike, right? Like Hades and all this stuff where each run you're dying, but you're getting stuff in the next run that's gonna make you better or whatever. Like, you're always making progress that keeps you wanting to go back. DSP is like that gameplay loop really works on DSP like fucking crack, dude. This dude is like, oh man, I want to play more blueprints, man, because like I'm making a lot of progress every time I play it, man. I'm craving it. And it's like, I've never seen like someone get this thirsty about something. Like, I can understand, like, if you really like a game, you may be like addicted to it to a point, but I feel a lot of people have found ways to kind of like play something else or move on or whatever. But DSP is the only person that like that if a game has this loop, he falls into that loop the hardest. Like, the only way that he can break himself out is if this loop will lead you to pay money. Then that's when he stops. The moment where it starts becoming a money investment, that's when he stops, unless you're WWE champions. But if you notice, think about this, right? He's playing WWE Champions offline in his own private account, Aka down from the rafters, obviously. So he's putting a lot more money in that, he's more willing to do it. When he streamed it, he played it to a point. And this is when you start to see that you need to put more money. Now, of course, DSP technically could still play it, but I think he understands at the very least, like, this support for WWE Champions could go away. So it's easier for him to drop the game because of that alone. Because he's already feeding that itch on his own time, so, there you have it. Correct? But these gameplay loops, man, just give him a game that has that, he'll play it forever. He'll love the game until he sees like an actual like end to it, right? Or whatever.
Like every single time I play it. Even last night, okay? We did have good attendance last night for
Right.
Blueprints, but we had nearly no support. I'm still craving it. Like, I want to play it more. I keep uncovering more interesting things every single time I play it, and I want to play it again right now, but I gotta wait. I gotta wait until like early next week to play it on a nice stream. I'm like, oh, it's killing me to have to wait to play.
But again, this is a dude that brags about being his own boss. I can make my own schedule, dude. But if you really like the game, why don't you play it more, right? I mean, this dude literally did that in the past. Go back to when Tears of the Kingdom came out. That game got bodied by Street Fighter 6. I don't remember what year it came out. Like, did it come out the same year as Street Fighter 6? I want to say it did. But anyways, he had a stream that was planned to be Zelda, but he was playing Street Fighter 6, and he was like, oh, I love this game, man. I love this character. I gotta play it again. So I'm not gonna play Zelda tonight. I'm gonna be playing this game. But for Blueprints, oddly enough, he can't play it more. He has to wait until next week. He had a stream where he wanted to play the Fatal Fury demo, or the beta that was out at the time. He canceled to play Inzoi for out of the blue. So he's able to do these like immediate decisions only when it suits him.
To play a game that I really like, but it's all good. It's all good. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Tag. Okay. I have received a $10 tip. I just received a $10 tip, nothing else. There's no name attached to it, no message. I don't know who this is, FYI. If you tip me and you would like to have a name shout out who this is from, I'm not going to shout out an email address.
Okay.
So I'm just going to say anonymous $10. We can do the marathon ASAP. This is great because we want to build momentum. Last night we didn't hit a goal. We definitely want to start hitting goals every stream now. So
we gotta hit goals every stream now, guys. Wake up. Dude, the whole point of this stupid goal system, remember, it was to alleviate the stress of having a streak. But we're back to saying we got it the goal every stream. Like, this is fucking nasty. It's nasty how this kind of like snuck back in, and how quickly it happened too. Because like this dude was holding on to well, we don't have to hit the goal every stream, this is a great system, man. How quickly it went from that to we need to hit the goal every day, guys. Every stream, we gotta hit the goal is insane. And then if you miss a goal, the next stream is gonna be held accountable to make up for that. Like, it is insane just how much of like a fucking scam this is. Like, and he's just say, I'm not scamming you, I'm giving you a marathon. I'm giving you DSP tries, you idiot. It's not a scam in the sense of like you're getting nothing for like you're giving something for nothing. I mean, technically you are, but I mean, to use DSP's logic, they are getting something out of it. They're getting DSP tries it, and they're getting a marathon out of it. Now, I also want to talk about this as well. DSP made a point saying it's fucked up when you start to charge for things that was once free. Go back about like PS Plus, the Nintendo Online service, all this shit that was once free and then you had to pay for. DSP always shouted on companies that did this. The marathons and DSP tries were both things he used to do for free. And now he's asking to hit goals to do these things. Now, of course, he's going to give you the same runaround he would give back when these were like Patreon goals, Twitch sub goals, and say, these are not paywalls, I'm doing these marathons as a reward. So it is free if you're watching. You don't have to pay for it, but these other people are going to pay for it because they want to get rewarded or whatever. Like, it's really weird. If you go through his like little mind game of it's not paywalled, even though it definitely is. But whatever. But yeah, you're forced to pay into this structure that he wants you to keep up on momentum. Like, this is kind of scammy and shady. Like it's kind of like how mobile games work, right? You download the game and they give you like easy opponents with a CPU. You think, oh wow, this game is really cool, and then eventually the game slowly starts to like give you harder enemies. Oh, these things can actually beat the fuck out of you very quickly. You need this other thing that you need to start paying for. Then you start to like pay a little bit more, and like, sure, you don't have to, but you're getting rewarded for it by paying into this like service, like battle passes, live service games, um all this stuff. Like, they get you like a little bit on in an entry level, which is like, hey man, like, we just need to hit a goal once a stream. Okay, we need to hit goals more. Like, it's just to get these rewards. I've become more of a way to pressure his audience to give him money. And again, like, I guess I'm giving you this video in piecemeal. I may do another video right after I finish recording this, because I have to do a video about this fucker doing this kind of like fucking support system. But he can't ever just say, hey guys, if you want to support the stream, I'm accepting kick subs, memberships, super chats, and tips. And we are now having a goals hit viewers choice marathon if you hit 50 goals. So keep that in mind and let's keep going, baby. Or whatever the fuck. And that's it. That's all he has to say. But instead, it's not just that. It's always, this is what's at goal 50. This is how many days we have to hit it. When we want to hit it this day, we want it on this day. This day's ideal, guys. So we gotta like align the amount of money to hit the goal to keep pace and do it at this. We gotta keep pacing up, guys. And it's like, what are you doing? Like, you're talking about people giving you money the way a boss tells their employee that they need to keep pace at a sweatshop. Like, this is sweatshop fucking dialogue, my guy. Like if you just remove give me money and just take some parts off, and you're like, and you like put in an image where these people are like sewing shoes, and the guys in front of the line. All right, guys, we want to make these shoes in time for Saturday. We gotta keep momentum. We gotta keep going. Keep pumping out the output. We gotta get 150 units done a day. We gotta do it every day, every shift. Like, that's what this is. This is fucking nonsense. And honestly, I didn't think about that initially until right now. Because, like, who the fuck? It just, who talks about pacing and getting money? Like, I don't, like, it's just insane. Before it was just like, dude, he really wants it on this day. It's so, like, weird. But now it's like, yeah, actually, it is weird. Why the fuck are you pressuring pacing to people who give you money? Like, the only way that would ever make sense, that would only make sense, is if you have a deadline. A deadline! Like, I can understand if you have a Kickstarter and it's like, hey, we have until like the end of June to hit the funding goal. I can understand keeping pace for that as far as giving money, because that has a countdown associated with it. This doesn't have that because he said we get goals whenever. So what's the point? Why not just bring back the streaks at this point? That, like, it's so infuriating that this dude will do this, and he'll run circles around you into explaining why this is so much better. Like, it is so wild, and then he'll get so butthurt. He'll be like, "Oh, you're begging, Phil." "I know I'm not, idiot." And it's like, listen to yourself, dude. Imagine if any other streamer was talking about hitting pacing for an arbitrary goal. And not even like a monthly goal, nothing like that. Just an arbitrary goal. A goal that has no deadline. Like, it is insane that his begging has evolved to the point where it has gotten so bad, because before he could easily just like, well, these other streamers have sub goals that are based on months and whatever the fuck. But what can you say now about this? What other streamer does this? Like, I can't think of any. At least the ones I fucking watch. Oh my god.
So we can do the marathon ASAP.
ASAP, gotta do it fast.
So thank you for that. Okay. Beaver Bother to the $1.50. He says, I don't understand. If people receive memberships, what make them fake?
Okay. The reason why DSP said this about Beaver Bother is because he knows he's a troll. And again, Beaver Bother gives him $1, so he'll keep him around. It's like, you know, again, he'll keep anything around if it gives him any amount of money. Any amount. Maybe pennies he won't. But this dude will literally keep these trolls around just to fucking milk them. So Beaver Bother is this like little dollar tipper that he's just gonna keep milking until, you know, he had enough of him. Which is usually when about the time that they start getting a little bit too personal, or if he's angry enough. Like, again, Beaver Bother is the punching bag for him. Like, if he's really pissed off, Beaver Bother is definitely gonna get the fury of it. You know, whatever. So that's what Beaver Bother's role is just to give DSP $3 that DSP can milk and fucking pocket. That's what he's good for. Until DSP had enough of him. Until he had his fill. So you know, enjoy the use, Beaver Bother. You're on borrowed time.
All right.
Alright.
He's bringing this up because, once again, this is 2 days in a row. Someone is using the VPN exploit on YouTube.
And again, if anyone else asked this, he'd be like, oh yeah, the reason why this happens is because of this. But since a troll asked this, he's like, okay, let me explain, okay?
To mass purchase memberships. If you don't know what this is something that's been going on YouTube for something like 4 years now, and YouTube never has fixed it. They got upset because they found out that people were buying YouTube premium subscriptions this way, but they haven't fixed the problem. Here's what it is. YouTube, unlike other sites, like other websites don't do this at all, but YouTube has this bizarre pricing structure. They look at the country you live in.
I want to say the reason why this is because I feel like it's because creators can like change the price of the membership. Like it's not a standard price like Twitch or Kick. Like, those are fixed prices that people pay for. And I think to a degree, maybe the site operates at a loss from these countries. Maybe I don't know. Again, I'm not a genius here, but I think that's why, because YouTube could actually like change the amount of memberships, like how much memberships cost. You know, that's what I think is going on here.
Based on your IP address when you log into YouTube, and then they price things how they feel as appropriate for your country. So, for example, if you live in Argentina right now, your dollar is worth like nothing. Seriously, the Argentinian dollar has like terrible value. Okay? But the people who live in Argentina don't make a lot of money. It's not like, oh, our dollar's worth nothing, so when we get paid $1 million a paycheck. So basically, the Argentinian economy and people. I'm sorry, this is weird. I might be ignorant, but this is just a weird statement. Who live in Argentina don't make a lot of money. It's not like, oh, our dollar's worth nothing, so the Argentinian dollar has like terrible value. Okay? But the people who live in Argentina don't make a lot of money.
They don't make a lot of money. Like, the value of the dollar in Argentina is like, you know, just the value, right? Like, you know, whatever. The amount of money that they make, I mean, that's completely different too. I mean, these are kind of unrelated things. The amount of money that the average Argentinian makes is not like the same argument as the exchange rate. Like it's just weird.
It's not like, oh, our dollar's worth nothing, so when we get paid $1 million a paycheck. So basically, the Argentinian economy and people are not doing very well. All right. Because of this, YouTube prices things differently for people in Argentina. So, for example, if someone in Argentina were to buy a membership to a YouTuber, it would only cost a few pennies. Seriously. As opposed to anyone else who was going to buy it, they'd have to pay like $5. But for Argentinians, it's like 2 pennies. Okay? So you might say, well, that's good because if you live in Argentina, now you can actually afford stuff, right? The problem is people have been massively...
It's great if you're in Argentina because you can afford stuff. Oh man. Thank God I could afford to buy a membership on YouTube. I'm sure that was the one thing that they are thinking about when they realize that their currency is bad. Is, dude, I can get a membership. Hell yeah. I don't think it's whatever.
Really abusing this for years. What they do is they use a VPN. They pretend like they're from another country. They log in as if they're from the other country with this new account, and then they'll dump massive amounts of memberships onto the viewers of someone. And the reason that this is a problem is simple. YouTube only allows 1 membership per person. Okay? On Kick, this isn't a problem. Do you want to know why? Because on Kick, unlimited memberships per person, or excuse me, unlimited subs per person. There's people on Kick who right now have 3 months of subs built up.
Oh, okay.
Kick is crazy like that. They'll just let you keep having ongoing subscriptions and it keeps stacking. But on YouTube, you can only have 1 at a time. Now, if you are a ginormous content creator on YouTube and you get tens of thousands of viewers a day, it's probably not a big deal. But if you're a mid to small time YouTuber, if people are
like these Argentina memberships has affected everyone. Like it's just a site, but the difference is I think that these are like, clearly people are using these on certain streamers for starters. Secondly, I do think that depending on the severity, usually people either just ignore it or they'll just be like, this fucking sucks or whatever, or they figure out how to deal with it. DSP is just yeah.
People are coming to your channel and just dumping and dumping and dumping nearly valueless memberships on your channel. What ends up happening is now you can't get valid memberships. If someone, let's say someone dumps 1,000 fake memberships on a channel and the channel only gets a few viewers a day,
right,
10, 20 viewers a day. Well, now let's say someone actually wanted to support your channel and tries to get you a gifted membership. There's no one to give it to. They've divvied out all of them and it just sits there and never gets assigned. And therefore it never goes through. Support your channel and tries to get you a gifted membership. There's no one to give it to.
I think that was true when the gifted memberships first happened, but I don't think that's true now. But at the same time, who cares? Like, whatever.
They've divvied out all of them and it just sits there and never gets assigned. And therefore it never goes through and the person actually gets refunded. This has happened to me a couple of times over the years where someone gave so many fake memberships.
So then, if that happens, why doesn't he delete some of the totals? Okay, guys, I actually looked at the memberships. Some of them didn't go through, and they're real memberships, by the way. But didn't go through, so I'm gonna have to deduct some amounts.
Memberships out. That my channel had something like 3,000 paid memberships, out of which I only got actually paid for like 400. So there was like 2,600 fake memberships that I got paid like $5 for overall amongst all of them.
So, oh my God, dude, this is like... So, he does get money. He does get financial benefit. It's like $5 minimum, right? So what? I mean, you're still getting some financial benefit on top of genuine support. But whatever, okay.
All of them. Okay? And that just sucks.
It's honestly, he's more mad that he's just not getting the amount that like the 50 he has right now. He's not getting the actual benefit of that. And that's what's pissing him off. Not that, like, if let's say that 20 million of these fake 50 member bombs happened, that, oh, this might actually total to $5. That doesn't matter. That's like pittance. Who cares? But I want that. I wanted that full 50, dude.
Sucks. It does. It hurts a channel. Luckily for me, I no longer have all my eggs in one basket because I'm streaming on YouTube and on Kick. If someone does happen to screw over my YouTube side there with the memberships, people on Kick supporting kind of make up for it. Yeah.
He literally has been bitching about Kick support being slow than before. Like, come on.
It's not that big of a deal. But at one point a couple of years ago, it actually did. I took a big financial hit because of it. People were gifting so many fake memberships that, I wasn't having anyone buy real ones. That's the other thing. If everyone has a gifted membership, no one's ever going to buy a real one.
But they could
each one should have been a few bucks.
But they
so
could
now
gift
you get nothing, right?
whatever.
It's all gone.
Okay.
So anyway, you may have noticed this morning, this idiot came by and gifted a bunch of them. I banned them. They did it yesterday. I banned them. Lazy, slow moving.
Oh.
Because YouTube has to fix it. This is not anything that can be fixed by a streamer. It has to be fixed by YouTube. And we all know YouTube is one of the most lazy, slow moving.
I love these stupid fucking rants. He wants them to move, that they move too slow. They should move fast, right? But then if something happens on YouTube, see how fast, so they put something out and then it takes it out. You get it, man. But that's the cause of doing things fast, correct? I mean, again, it's not easy coding a website, let alone a website that hosts thousands of videos around the world. Like, I kind of don't think that you can, like, run a website and have zero problems and have perfect implementation on things. Like, I just don't think you could do that well unless you're God. Like, you need to be God.
Bad timing to react to anything businesses ever created. You can literally step by step explain to them how things are being exploited and they just ignore it. I actually did 2 years ago. I was step by step explaining this to YouTube customer support. They don't care. They were just like, oh, well, like, don't you understand that you could put mid to small time YouTubers like out of business? They can't get legit memberships. Well, oh, well, they don't care. We'll submit this to our team for review and consideration. That's all they say. And then nothing ever changes. They don't give a shit. So it's not a big deal, quite frankly.
Yeah, okay,
the most annoying part about it is that the channel gets spammed with pop-ups that really aren't.
It's funny he has pop-up spam, but I remember when this was a new thing or whatever, he turned off the gifted membership notifications. Like, he turned that off because of this, and now he turned it back on, and he's like, oh, I can't do anything, man. Okay.
Beneficial. You don't need to see the 50 people. For the 50 gifted subs, benefits of it, but it doesn't benefit me as a streamer.
But honestly, what benefits do you get from being a member on DSP Gaming? You don't get any benefits. Anyone can vote in the fucking viewer's choice. Anyone can nominate. Anyone can, like, do whatever. There's no benefit. But okay.
You see?
The benefit that you get as a DSP Gaming is finally in line with what DSP gets out of an Argentina membership. There you go. There you have it.
So
you get nothing and he gets nothing.
Every once in a while someone asks the question again, and I explain the situation. I know it sucks because some people don't know about it. And then when they see it happen, they're getting excited, like, oh my God, look at all the support Bill just got. I'm like, nope, none of it counts.
But
it's just nonsense.
You were yelling at Beaver Balder for this question.
These people,
and now you're like, oh, thank God some people ask this. You just were annoyed by this.
All right, well, that's that. It's not a big deal. If it happens again on the stream, I'll just take care of it quick. It's not the end of the world. It's just an annoyance at this point. At one point it was freaking me out years ago, but not really. Don't really care anymore. Been there, done that 5,000 times. Okay. So, thank you for the first couple of tips there. Let's get some more support going. Who's going to be the first super chatter of the day? Because we need some subs over on Kick. This week. So let's get some subs over on Kick and get that.
All right. Okay, move on.
Yesterday, how stuff went on the streams, because it went pretty good, I would say. And then we got a couple very quick news stories to cover today. And then we're just going to do some open, like, Edition 33. So yesterday's streams, Oblivion Remastered. This is the third time DLSS.
I don't care about Oblivion.
It's so dumb. So dumb. Then I had to find a way to work around. I had to go to the NVIDIA app developer, play the game, like between, say, console gaming and PC gaming. When you buy a game on console, are there updates? Yeah, there are, but they're usually not that frequent, right? Like maybe every once in a while they'll patch the game. When they issue an update, it has to go through like that arduous process of being approved by the digital marketplaces before they'll even make that patch available or whatever, right? So
boy. Ignorance time.
Basically, it's not that big of a deal on console.
It is. These authentication processes that happen on Sony and Microsoft, maybe even Nintendo, because whatever. They usually check to make sure that they don't brick a console or that they're malware or whatever, like stuff like that. Like there's like it's shit like that basically, from what I remember from what I read years ago. But this update that they released for Oblivion could also cause like a downgrade on other platforms too, but I don't know, maybe not.
But on PC, they're kind of free to just update whenever they want. So sometimes they push out these kind of ridiculous updates that you don't need, that they don't test, and then it breaks a bunch of stuff.
I love that he thinks that they don't test these updates. How do you know they don't test them? Because it broke stuff? What if it broke stuff that's unintended? What if this didn't happen?
This game should not be having graphical issues every time I play it. I should set it up once, and now moving forward, whenever I boot the game, I should be able to just play it with the same settings, but it's not even possible. I boot it up, this was turned off, this is not working, this is reverted. What the hell is going on? But outside of the graphical stuff, Star Quest line, good progress stream for now since it's working. Right? Oblivion streams. So that's a great thing. Thanks for that. I hope you'll keep showing up for Oblivion over the course of the next week. I'll keep it in the schedule.
Oh my God.
For now since it's working, right?
Oh, it's working. Yeah, I'm telling you, he's gonna beat this game. This dude was like, I gotta play for a couple of hours. We're not gonna do a full playthrough. And he's gonna beat it to completion. He's gonna beat the game. Like, I kind of wish he stopped pretending when he openly lies like that. Because he's playing 2 RPGs. I thought you can't do that, Phil. Okay.
Now, as for Blueprints, okay? To be honest, it's one of my favorite games Under the Mansion.
Right.
Secrets. That was really cool. Yeah. And fully explore it and get whatever items or whatever is down.
So this is around the time where his chat started talking about his dumb shirt. So get hyped for that. Because look how stupid his shirt is. It's not. First off, it's just not a. He has such a bad taste in shirts. It's really like, it's just tacky, and it's like not good quality. Like whatever, but like why get shirts like this? Like come on.
Is down there, okay? We found out about combining items in the workshop, and that's how we got the super powered sledgehammer that let me break through walls and find these secrets.
It's kind of stupid. Like when you start to wear an undershirt and then the sleeves like go underneath the sleeves, like what's going on. I think either you just need to retire the shirt completely, or you just get a longer shirt. But I kind of feel like he does wash these shirts, and they shrink in the wash, because sometimes the quality is so bad it'll just do that. Like, I had this one Heisenberg shirt I used to love wearing, and it got, the sleeves got, like, this short. Like, it looked like a girl's shirt, and I was like, I can't wear this. Like, it's a fine pajama top, but it's not a shirt I'd wear outside. And the same thing that kind of happened with my Metal Gear Rising shirt too, but that's not as bad, but it's still like too high up, and it's like, yeah, the fabric sucks ass.
But also we got this hyper-powered like laser gun. Okay. We've been doing really good, like at 14 diamond sets and end the run, baiting. So pretty awesome, and I'm excited for it. Next time we play,
it's very
but the problem is, people are not supporting Blueprints. Last night, during that stream, we had maybe 2 people who did super chats, like 1 tip. By the end of the night, basically, I made $40. And I'm like, damn, that's, obviously a far cry from hitting our goals. Now, the good news is,
far cry.
Blueprints has done well up to now. And I love the game. It's not a game that I want to drop. It's not. I actually like it so much that I want to continue
Okay.
playing it, and I will this week.
So
But I do hope
why doesn't he
that
put it on
people
the
will be
day stream?
aware. All right.
All
And
right.
hopefully people will come by and start hanging out and show up and support that stream. If
Like,
not,
again, why doesn't he just put it on the day stream? Why can't he be more loose and flexible with these fucking games? Why do they have to be like regimented to certain slots? Why is the day stream reserved for this kind of game and the night stream is reserved for that kind of game? Like, why can't it just be a fluid stream where you can just play whatever you feel you want to play? Oh, I want to play Blueprints more. Okay, put that on the day stream then. And then like the next day, like, hey, you're feeling like more clear obscure, play that on the day stream. Like, he doesn't have to like have these like patterns in his little schedule.
let's say you're someone who watches Blueprints on demand after the fact.
Oh, he's gonna
Please
beg,
consider supporting it in
super
another
thanks.
way. A super
No, fuck
FYI,
that.
this is my support for Blueprints. Excuse me. That's
What if I did that for Disco Elysium when we play that game again? Like, if he'll start doing that for Disco Elysium, is he gonna bring the game back? No, he won't. See, this is kind of stupid, low-key, because first off, number one, he will not count these super things into the goals hit. He might if he's like talked into it, but he won't. He won't right now. You have to tell him then, and then the super things after that will then be added, but not the ones before. It won't, whatever. So I guess you have to ask him about that, but he won't count that. But then, like, if you do that, then like, what's to say that people are gonna go back and do that for Disco Elysium? Is he gonna play that? No, he's gonna say, when I stream a game, it has to get support. But what about if you get support on Super Thanks then, right?
That's what usually happens. When we play games like that are ongoing and lengthy, and eventually they have to become late night streams. But please, let's get some support going for Blueprints. I like the game. We're so far into the game as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are something like, if you do the math, I think we're like 16 to 18 hours in, even though we're only 12 parts in. Some of those parts have been quite lengthy. Like last night, that part was like, I believe it was like an hour and 20, 30 minutes. So please support Blueprints moving forward, especially when I bring it back next week. I'm craving it. Like right now, if I could play it, I would be happy playing it because I like it that much. I want to play it, but I got to keep the variety going, right? Okay. So like I already said, I'm off for the next 2 days. When I come back on Saturday, we're going to continue on with Oblivion Remastered on the first.
I love he has to look at the schedule to do this.
Playing Black Ops people like going on in the game. So I guess we'll find out Saturday night. Sunday, ended up making last week was going to be
oh my God.
Sunday night. Now,
as
for the rest of the week, it's up in the air. We're going to have a lot of fun this week coming up back night, depending on how because we've done that before, and when we do it, sometimes the game for like an hour, and then we never went back to it. And hopefully you guys will join me for the fun this long, extended week of streaming. 7 straight freaking streaming days. Okay? Boy, it's gonna be tiring.
I hate this hoy shit. Get out of here.
It's just hilarious. So here I am, I'm sitting here, I'm talking about all these topics.
Right. Okay.
Interesting topics, things about the schedule.
Interesting topics. Okay. What did he talk about that was so interesting and riveting? Hit the goal. Expedition 33, good game. Blueprints, good game. Oblivion, good game. Schedule. Wow, what a riveting discussion.
The viewers
and all these things, like talking about Expedition 33, was just saying, dude, it's an RPG. It's a game. You can play it. Wow. Blueprints, puzzles. I love puzzles. Oblivion. It's fun. I love Oblivion, but the patch was kind of dumb. Like, there's nothing like interesting about these topics. Like, it's not like it's like, yeah, I've been playing Expedition. I was thinking like, this that, but I don't want to go into further detail because then it will like. Some dent may say, Phil, you should talk more about Expedition. They're like, yeah, so I think what's going to happen is that this is all in his head. It's going to be like fucking superfluous theories, like not genuine good faith discussions, because this dude is an alien. Like, I've never seen anyone where it just feels like that this dude is like faking talking to you. Like, it's like, oh, you guys love Mario Party? Yeah, I love Mario Party. Yeah, like, I love the dice. The dice is pretty cool. I love the kind of different dice in each game. Mario's my favorite character. I know it's very controversial, but Mario's a cool character, guys. Like, that's kind of the investment DSP has in these topics. It's just like not committing, not committal, and not committal, and just a non-commitment from him. It's just very like bleh. It's like a very blasé, bland topic. Like, you listen to me talk about Guilty Gear, you get it. You're like, Theo, we get it that you really like Guilty Gear. You like Jacko's plot line, you like her whole story and all this stuff. Okay, we get it. Like you get that because I talk about it earnestly. But none of this stuff, it's just everything gets to compare to something else. Like, oh my god, dude, it's like this other game. Dude, it's like that game. Dude, this game is like this. It's just like, he only does that. Like, he only compares it so that he can understand what he's talking about. But it's like, who talks like that about stuff that they like? Like, I can understand, like, comparing stuff when it comes to, like, yeah, dude, like, metaphors like Persona and, like, in terms of, like, yes links, but that's as far as you go. The rest is like, yeah, the story's like kind of good. I'm kind of enjoying it. The characters are unique. Like, metaphor so far, I have a lot of thoughts about it, but I will say, I think the characters are the strongest part of metaphor. I think the cast are all like very interesting characters. Like, there's not a character that's like, oh, I don't care for this character. Like, I can think of like Persona 3 characters I just did not want to do the yes links for. Like, fucking Kenji, fuck that guy, get him out of there. And then the fat ass, I don't, whatever, he sucks too. Persona 4, it's a guy, yeah, it's whatever. Persona 5 has, some of them are pretty good, but a lot of them, like, drop the ball. Like, Makoto's is a big, like, I like Makoto's main arc in the main story is good, but you do wrestling and it's like, okay. And it's a bummer. It's like, come on. The main story was cooking with her, and her S-Link plot line goes nowhere. It's just boring. And I think Metaphor has like a very like, interesting stories for each character, and they're all like just memorable. Like, the only one I didn't remember because I didn't really do is the one with who you get the Faker archetype from. I just barely did his plot line. Same with Basilio, but I like Basilio. He's a cool character. He's fucking cool. But he kind of falls in the same kind of crutch as all these other characters in RPGs that get introduced at the very end. It's like, yeah, you're not gonna get a good, well-written story with these characters at Kaharu, right? But they're still pretty solid. I think Metaphor is like, that's the strongest aspect of Metaphor, and all those stuff about the gameplay, the combat, all this stuff. But I don't have to sit there and keep saying it's like this and like that and like this, because like that just shows how not invested you are in the thing that you like, right? Like, I should not need to explain why I like Guilty Gear by comparing to other games. Oh yeah, Guilty Gear is like this other game. It's like that game. Like, I don't need to do that, right?
Where's on Kicker saying, your undershirt is too long.
By the way, this is the guy that mocked a lot of streamers for caring how they look on stream, and then he bragged when LTG was bullying him about not thinking about it sexy, and say, yeah, now I'm dressing better, and now I'm getting good shirts, and this and that. So, of course, if you're gonna care about how good you look, people are gonna bring up the little flaws in what you're wearing. And I like how upset he gets about it too. He could have just been like, Oh yeah, like I don't know, I didn't mind like how this looked. I thought it looked good regardless. But it's like, you know?
I'm talking about how the month went, talking about the awesome games I'll be playing and the games I'm playing now, planning for an awesome marathon. This is what you're thinking about. This is your major focus in life right now, is the length of my undershirt.
Maybe it shows how boring your fucking topics are. Like, let's be negative, right? So you're watching a streamer and they're just saying generic things that are good about games that are just very generic. You're tuning out. Then he talks about how to give him money. Okay, you're kind of like, what? Then you tune out. Then he talks about the schedule. You definitely tune out because you don't give a fuck about that. If you cared, you could always go to his Twitter or whatever. Uh, but you tune that out, and then you're like, yeah, it sure is pretty stupid. Like, that's what happens when you exhaust all fun out of your fucking streams, dude.
Do you think maybe there might be something wrong? Do you think perhaps that's not normal human behavior? That you're so obsessed?
How is it not? You realize that people are visual creatures, right? We all look at people, we all, like, vibe with what we see, right? Like, we base a lot of stuff on visuals alone. And this is a dude that has mocked like women for how they dress just as much as people are mocking him for how he dresses. But it's like, of course, people are gonna be on stream and like, oh yeah, this dude's shirt's like it looks goofy because how many people like I've never seen anyone wear a shirt that like this where the undershirt is longer than the shirt he's wearing on top. I've never seen that. Like I could kind of see that when people wear a button shirt and then like the buttons kind of like open up in the middle. I kind of see some people do that, and that's like, okay, that's whatever. That's that. At that point, you're either gonna be picking that out because you just are just want to be mean, or you're picking it out because you're just bored, or you say nothing because you want to be courteous about the person. But this alone, it's like, what's the point? Why, like, it undermines both shirts at the same time. Mostly the top shirt, the overshirt, because if the undershirt is so long, it's longer than the above shirt. That shirt will look really small to the point where it's like, well, you wouldn't want to wear that without the undershirt because then at that point you're gonna like see your chest. Even if you button up, if it's gonna be that short, and who also wants to see like that much arm or whatever. Especially in DSP's case. But then it's like, well, then wear the undershirt. But then why are you wearing the other shirt? Like, it kind of makes you the paradox kind of makes you talk about it because it makes you look very questionable as a person. Like this dude woke up in the morning, got dressed, and said nothing wrong. Like, I need to highlight how people are fixating on this, but again, like, we look how people dress, and like, dude, like half the like when you go around, you may say, oh, that's a nice shirt. Oh shit, like or whatever. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. Like, and if he's this buttered about people talking about it, it's probably gonna lead to people talking more about his clothing moving forward.
Obsessed with my undershirt that I'm wearing on the stream? You think perhaps that could be something? There's a word for that?
Again, I said this before. I was watching Ludwig react to my video, and he has said he has called people ADD in the past and this and that, and I could also believe that he may now dance around that as well because that's also another thing that people like get annoyed with him about. So it can go either way, but I have seen but I guess I'm judging off of like I've seen people say like how offensive it is to call like random people who are like not autistic in a derogatory way, kind of like how people would say gay in a derogatory way. So it's like, I guess in that way I kind of understand, like maybe that's what he's thinking about, like he doesn't want to be seen as being uh use that word derogatory in a derogatory way, but whatever. The point is, like, he could be talking about people who have ADD or are autistic by talking like this, and it ends in the same way, in the sense of, if you are not going to say these words, maybe don't talk like this about these things, because this kind of leads into someone saying, oh, so now you're making fun of autistic people? It's like, I didn't say it, you said it. And it just makes you look like a fucking piece of shit, right? Because you're kind of putting the blame on the person who is like inferring what you're talking about. Because you're not talking about people who are autistic or whatever, then why talk like this and not just say uh the insult you want to say if it's not so bad, right? Like he could say like, oh, these, a lot of people are just focusing on my shirt because they're bored. Like he could say that, you know, but it's just, he's so fixated on people's like mental shortcomings or whatever. It's really weird, and it kind of, is one of the things that flies in the face of him being a true ally, dude. Like, you don't need to talk like this to insult people. Like, it's really like, do you really need to say a slur to insult someone? You don't need to say a slur to insult someone, but some people do anyway. But whatever. Okay.
Perhaps there's like a diagnosis for that kind of
A
behavior
diagnosis
that maybe would be accurate to describe it, and that perhaps.
And then he's laughing. So, like, yeah, go to a doctor. Yeah, dude, I saw this dude wear a dumb shirt. Man, I guess I'm autistic. It's like, no, like, there's other things you can like kind of test for that. that may be more indicative of that. Like, this is why a lot of people like think DSP might be autistic, because he kind of checks some of these boxes, both directly and indirectly. It's really weird. DSP's a very weird person, because like, you never really want to assume someone is autistic off the bat, because like there could be a lot of explanations for a lot of things for a lot of people. And there's a lot of overlap too. Like, because I saw some people say that like there's a lot of overlap between ADD, ADHD, and autism. Like, a lot of these things kind of have a lot of overlap, but or you have all the above. You may have one or the other, like whatever. But there's a lot of overlap in some cases. Which is why, like, a lot of people would either, like, get a diagnosis and not self-diagnose themselves in that kind of case, or whatever. But, like, but that's what's fascinating about DSP, because it's, like, he kind of fights the allegation of, like, giving him the benefit of the doubt half the time. It's really weird. Like, I've never seen anyone, like, rattle my assumption as much as DSP. It's really funny.
Lito, when you hyperfix,
as I said, like, if back then, like 2009, 2010, 2014, 2015, 17, whatever, like, you could make the argument that he's not autistic and he's just like whatever, but now it's way more like questionable. And that to me is, I think, what's more fascinating is the fact that it went from like, yeah, I don't know, man, I think he just, you think that because you hate him or whatever, but now it's like, I don't know, man, I don't know. Like, the more you go down this rabbit hole, the weirder it gets. Like, it's either something's going on or he has like black mold poisoning or something.
Fixate on something that's completely pointless and meaningless and trite, but you just can't stop hyper focusing on it for some weird reason. It's the most important thing to the world to you, even when it's not the focus point of attention and no one else is talking about it, but you just can't.
But this is what's okay. This is like really dumb coming from DSP. This dude literally brags about the fucking clothes he wears. He brags about stuff that doesn't matter just as much as these people point out things that don't matter. So what does that say about you then, DSP? If you're gonna criticize people who are calling your clothes like weird and stupid, then what does it mean when you fucking like brag about these same things? Like he literally bragged about wearing these kind of shirts. Oh, like dude, this dude's like, yeah, when it comes summer, I'm gonna wear like a lot of summer attire that I'm gonna variate through, and I'm gonna be wearing this, and then in the winter I'm gonna wear long sleeves. Like that's just as like hyper fixating and this and that or whatever, just as much as that. Because nobody like sits like, I mean, obviously you're gonna like think about like, oh, it's summer, it's gonna get hot, I'm gonna wear short sleeves or whatever, but you're not wearing like, but you're not gonna pick out clothes that are summer themed. Like I'm not wearing a short sleeve shirt because it's summer themed. I'm wearing a short sleeve shirt that has a design I like, or a shirt that I like, or whatever. I'm like, since it's summer, I'm gonna wear a shirt that has like dolphins on it, see the beach. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna wear because that's like tacky. But this dude like wears clothes that are themed like a theme restaurant. And it's a gimmicky thing anyway, which is already kind of cringe for a dude that's an adult to dress for. To dress up in themes. Like the only people I see do that are like maybe teachers, depending on the teacher. Uh Chain restaurants and children's entertainers. Or whatever the fuck, right? Or like tourists. Not like actual people. He doesn't dress like an actual person. Like he doesn't like watch any video where he's like, oh, I'm making this video on my day off and I wouldn't expect to make a video or whatever, and he wears like a nice shirt. But then when he's on stream, he wears these corny ass shirts. He's not wearing this out and about with Kat. He's doing it on stream because it's an event or whatever weird shit. It's so weird. And then this dude is like, yeah, why are you fixating on the clothes I wear? Why are you wearing weird clothes when you stream then, dude? Why don't you wear your day off shirts you wore, right? Like, go back to when he's talking about the Snorlax King attack that he did that was going on. He wore a shirt he never wore on stream. Why doesn't he bring that into the mix? Why doesn't he wear normal clothes when he streams? No, he wears this. And then he's like, why are you fixating on this? Dude, you're wearing clothes specifically for your streams. Off the bat, stupid. Like, it blows my mind. He's acting as if, like, nobody can talk about his outfit when this dude hyped up his outfit and the kind of shirts he bought for the streams. This dude talked about shirts he bought for the streams. And he's like, why are you talking about the shirts I wear? Oh my
Can't
god.
help but hyperfixate on something.
This is like, I got this, and then it's like, Theo, why you buy a Kirby Automaton? Yeah, why are you fixing my Kirby Automaton, stupid? Yeah, like, I bought this, and like, sure, it's Kirby, and it looks like cute and cool and all this other stuff that will look nice on stream. Yeah, sure, but why are you fixated on this? I don't know.
Something so inconspicuously unimportant in the world? Do you know what I'm talking about? You think there might be a name for something like that? Do you think we can figure it out? Anyway.
And then he does like this little talk show comedian bit that everyone is rolling on the floor laughing about. Everyone's loving it. Oh, yes. Move on.
I am fine with my clothes. In fact, they're very comfy. This is a bamboo shirt. Yes, this is a shirt made...
Oh my god. This is a bamboo shirt? You made from actual bamboo? You know what bamboo is? Let me guess. He got a bamboo because it's summertime, and you think of going to like tropical place. And what's that tropical place? You may ask. You guessed it, bamboo. Why does he wear bamboo shirts in the winter? Why does he wear bamboo in the fall? Why is it only in the summer weather he wears bamboo? Okay, dude.
Made mostly from bamboo fibers, which makes it incredibly stretchy, but also incredibly
Oh,
cooling. It's like
man.
a wick.
Who the fuck? Dude, I said this years ago. Years ago. Because he would have these shirts that would have like weird like collar stretch marks. I'm like, who buys a shirt and just fucking because he would like scratch and he would like pull out so far to scratch something. It was really weird. And it's like, who does that to a shirt? Like I kinda hate when like because if you stretch your collar, you start to feel the collar move around and it's fucking uncomfortable. Why would you want that, man?
Wicking shirt. It wicks moisture, but also it just keeps you cool.
Oh, what? Oh,
Shirt made
man.
mostly from bamboo fibers, which makes it incredibly stretchy, but also incredibly cooling. It's like a wicking shirt. It wicks.
A wicking shirt. Oh, wicking shirt. I mean, like, what does that even mean? Because I'm assuming wicking is just like, I mean, dude, it's a fiber, so they probably knitted it. Wicking, like, okay, okay, I gotta research this. I gotta Google this. Uh, I'm gonna Google this. We're gonna figure it out. Wicking shirt. Okay, it is okay. What is a wicking shirt? A wicking shirt, also known as a moisture wicking shirt, is a garment designed to draw sweat away from the skin and transfer it to the outer layer of the fabric. This process helps the wearer cool and dry, especially during physical activity or in hot weather. The shirts are typically made from a synthetic material like polyester or nylon, or blends of natural and synthetic fibers. That is basically almost any t-shirt. Because I think a lot of t-shirts use like polyester, uh, or whatever. There's a lot of shirts that are like that. I mean, I'm sure this shirt's like, similar to that. Like whatever. But this is not something worth bragging about, in my opinion. Like it's kind of stupid. It's kind of stupid to say. You know what I'm saying? It's a wicking shirt, dude.
It wicks moisture, but also it just keeps you cool. It's very aerated undershirt.
Aerated. I mean, you kind of said all you needed to say with a wicked shirt. A wicked shirt. But I mean, but nobody really cares. It's a shirt. It's a shirt. Okay, man. Wow.
Really like it. This shirt I used to wear buttoned.
I'm
The
like
reason that I'm not going to
semi-felted.
wear buttoned anymore is because it's got this. It was mismanufactured, basically. This right here is supposed to fold over, so when the shirt's buttoned, it looks good. But look what happens. It just flaps over, and you can't actually get it to not do that.
That's not
They
a big
mismanufactured
deal.
it. The button actually should have either.
Dude, he buys these cheap ass clothes, these cheap ass shirts, and it's like, yeah, this is not manufactured correctly. Why don't you buy nicer shirts? Like this. I mean, sure, you could argue that I'm not gonna buy $100 shirt. Like, but nobody's saying you have to buy $100 shirt. You could get a decent shirt like that's like $20 or whatever the fuck, maybe 30. But it's like, yeah, you again, you could argue that's expensive. Why would anyone want to pay for that? But I mean, you buy clothes to wear them, right? Like, I don't know, like, I don't know. If you're gonna brag about shirts like this, I would put the money behind it at that point, right? Like, whatever.
Have either been lower or that shouldn't have been that long. So basically, whenever I tried to wear this shirt and I would button it, it would look bad because this thing would be flapping over like that, and I can't
Look
stop
that bad.
You see? So I said, well, I'll just wear it with an undershirt then, right? That's as much thought as I gave to it. It's kind of annoying. It won't button right. I'll just put an undershirt flapping over like that, and I can't stop it. You see? So I said, well, I'll just wear it with an undershirt then, right? That's as much thought.
That I believe that's as much thought as he puts into things, but I think that kind of shows the problem with DSP in a lot of ways. It explains a lot of problems. He doesn't put a lot of thinking. He just puts very basic thinking.
Much thought as I gave to it. It's kind of
Level
annoying.
one thinking.
It won't button right. I'll just put an undershirt on then. That's fine. Oh no, we're going to hyper fixate on Phil.
Dude, nobody's gonna focus on like the shirt. The only reason why they're talking about is because the button shirt is too short, which goes back to my thing I said before that the undershirt like undercuts the purpose of the other shirt. Like it's really to the point of, do we really need this shirt? Like he doesn't need a design on every shirt, but like, I mean, he could have a solid color shirt, but it just shows how bland of a person he is, and he is very bland anyway. Like, he has a very generic hairstyle. His hairstyle is like not really good or interesting or whatever. It's just comb it back, whatever. So we can see his forehead. We have to see his forehead at all times. And there you have it. Like just bland colors, bland ideas, like just boring. Oh, it's springtime. What am I to boom? Flowers. Because when you think spring, you think flowers.
Phil wearing an undershirt and talk about his undershirt being too long. How about stop being fucking obsessive and weird and
but you're kind of being obsessive on them talking about it. I mean, that's in a form of hyperfixation, I guess. But it's like, but it's still a realm of conversation. You can talk about people's clothing. I mean, people have talked about that stuff all the time. Like, dude, I had a comment. Yeah, I read the comments. Someone, I was wearing like a jacket or whatever in a video. It was like that. I was wearing a Mega 64 like track jacket. It was like that blue and white one, and some guy said, "Oh, it looks fresh. Oh, what a nice coat or whatever the fuck." And it's like, okay, yeah, that, I just wanted to wear it. I was feeling. I saw it in my drawer. I was like, I haven't worn this in like ever. Why not? Bring it out, whatever. And that's all that. That's all the thinking I was doing, man. But it's like, that people can like talk about that. I mean, if they want to talk about it, they want to talk about it. I don't know what else to tell you. But to get like this riled up about like someone saying, well, the undershirt's kind of long. It's like, I mean, look at it. Nobody wears a shirt like this. They would just take the other shirt off. Which shirt am I talking about? Figure it out.
Focusing on nonsense that doesn't matter. No one should care about this.
So why did they care about what else you said? Okay.
Anyway. Let's continue logically, shall we? Thank you very much. Okay. Chris became a member, and that legitimately is a new membership this morning. So thank you, Chris. Appreciate that, Chris. I tried steaming the shirt. I tried...
Oh,
I've tried everything. Every Roy says, did you try ironing the flap down? I tried ironing the shirt. I tried steaming the shirt.
Okay. I would have believed the ironing if he just said that. However, I don't think he ironed it. I don't know, because there's so many shirts he has that does not look ironed. So I'm not believing he ironed it. Secondly, he brings up steaming. You think this dude has, like, you may believe he has an iron. You could believe that, but you think he fucking steams his clothes? You think he has a steamer? Why would he have one? No, he wouldn't have one. No, I don't believe it. I don't believe that. That's a bridge too far, my guy.
I tried, some streams, I put a freaking paper clip on the shirt to try to hold it in place.
A paper clip? I remember that. But the paper clip was used in a weirder way. Because he would button the shirt up, then he would like kind of paper clip the two ends together. Like, why would you do that? I mean, at that point, like, you just buy a new shirt. But if these shirts are breaking in that kind of way, that quickly, because like, whatever, I think you should just buy a better shirt. Like, I mean, come on.
I'm just, it's too much effort for a stupid shirt. I like the shirt, but it's too much effort for a shirt that I'm wearing on a gamer stream. I'm not some kind of a fucking fashion model coming out here. I'm not on Hollywood. I don't have...
Well, then why buy these shirts? Why buy these shirts that have a specific style and then say, I look so good now. Look at my shirts, man. No, I'm wondering if I put nice shirts.
And I looked, I was like, oh, they actually have nice shirts. So I bought a bunch. They were, on sale for the season. So I bought a bunch. So now when I start wearing these regular full time, I have a good new wardrobe. I think I got like 5 or 6.
And again, why is he bragging about clothing? I thought we don't hyperfixate on clothing, DSP.
New shirts plus all the ones I had from last year. I actually ordered some new shorts.
So he bought new shirts, right? But if that shirt he had was broken and dilapidated and all this other stuff, then why not get rid of it? Now this dude says, I wear things until they don't work anymore. Well, that shirt's fucked up, Phil. Why don't you get rid of it? Are we gonna see him wear this shirt and then the sleeves are gonna be like super short? I'm telling you, if he wears this shirt at some point in the future and the sleeves are like up to here, I'm gonna say without a fact, he washes these shirts in like hot water and then they shrink. I think hot water shrinks clothing, and it also fades them too. But regardless, it's gonna be him washing these shirts that cause the sleeves to shrink.
Shorts and stuff, so I'll have a good wardrobe for the warmer months. And I was just looking in the closet.
In the closet,
and
as they say.
I wanted to wear something lighter today in case it got warm because there was a chance it was going to be warm today. And I was like, oh, this one's blue. It'll match Blueprints that I'm playing today.
Right. Okay. So we got that.
Significant amount of button downs and nice shirts and pullovers and things that I have already. So I just started wearing those and people were like, dude, you look so much better. So I said, I don't see why I wouldn't just keep wearing these clothes. I mean,
remember, we don't care about how we look, but dude, people say I look so good. But I'm not a Hollywood actor. I wear these shirts because I like it. He wants to make it seem as if this was an organic choice. Like he just naturally decided, oh yeah, I like this shirt. I want to wear this. I really like it. When he wore this because LTG made fun of him enough times, and then he started bragging about how he now looks like a professional streamer because of this, and all this other stuff. Not because he liked these shirts. Like, you're not fooling me, buddy.
5,000 paparazzi who are filming me to put me on the front page of Vogue. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be in a tabloid today. I don't care. So I said, enough of this annoying thing. I'm just going to wear an undershirt on it. I don't give a shit. Yeah. Okay?
My mom would bully him on how he dresses. I really didn't
expect she'd be like, have very, very hyper-focused people over on Kick talking about the length of my undershirt.
I can't believe oh man. I can't believe that I'm going outside and you're wearing this.
Okay. Thanks for a $2 super chat.
Everyone's gonna make fun of you.
Adinand?
And before anyone says it, my mom never said it to me. She loves how I dress, okay? She bullied my brother and how he dresses.
There you go. Flatman B says, I'm very concerned that one of your collar edges may not be symmetrical. Well, stop the stream, stop the podcast, stop the world from spinning. We've got to solve this problem.
Okay, look, stupid. He believes that the earth is flat. Okay? Why are you insulting your number one fan? Dude, it's fucked up. He skipped the day where they showed the world and explained why it's like round, okay? Flatman B just wasn't there.
This problem, it's the biggest priority of everyone's life right now, right? Game Boy, how you doing today? Good to see you, Game Boy.
I feel like he said this specifically because he knew he was a flat earther, and he's like, "What, dude? What if he's trying to like condition Flatman B to not be a flat earther anymore?"
Excuse me.
You know what would be funny? Like, because this dude Loki kind of gets like influenced by like what trolls say. He has to know trolls are making fun of Flatman B because he's a flat earther and all this stuff. So maybe he's gonna slowly start to like condition Flatman B to like drop the theory. Okay, Flatman, you know the Earth is spinning, right? Yeah, and these, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so I pretty much covered the day. it kind of looked like Final Fantasy 16.
I don't know why. I almost forgot about Lost Soul aside. Oh my god, this game looked really generic and not that kind of interesting. So it's like, who cares?
But
I don't know why
couldn't really
DSP's
put my
talking
finger
about
on it.
it.
I've only seen a little bit of gameplay of it from one of the preview things that we had watched, but it officially got delayed this morning. Some people are upset about this delay, and others are happy, saying, hey, if it means that if it's a 3-month delay and it ends up being a really good game, it's worth it,
Oh
as
my
opposed to
god,
rushing
dude!
it out
Like,
now
this
and
is the
having
most
this lack of
generic way
polish and all these
to
problems.
report this. Some people are happy because it means that the game will be better, and then other people are like, I don't know what this game is about.
To be honest, I wasn't that excited for it anyway. I was probably going to try it, but I don't know if it was going to turn into something we liked or not.
Okay.
So I don't know, but it's delayed. Okay? FYI. The other piece of update here, or I guess news, is kind of interesting. Sea of Stars is getting a free DLC.
Yeah, wow, a game he dropped. The game he played is like, yeah, we're gonna play it. We're gonna play it. Yeah, man, I'm gonna go back to it. Never went back to it. Maybe this will get him to go back to it. Maybe.
On May 20th. It's called Throes of the Watchmaker, who I guess is a new villain for the cast of Sea of Stars.
How do you know?
8 hours of gameplay, new areas, music, dungeons, mini games, enemies, bosses, and puzzles, new playable classes, as well as a brand new character. And you can do local co-op with 3 players, which we already knew you could do local co-op. So for those of you who like Sea of Stars but haven't played it in a while,
so what? You know what? Okay, I'm gonna say this. Why didn't he do co-op in this game with Cat? Yeah, why not? Oh, well, again, you could die in this game, and you don't want people to say, lol, Cat died. Oh, she's bad at games, even though, people say they're gonna say that anyway.
At this point, what, year and a half, 2 years old?
Like, you can be bad at games and not die. Like, I could beat Metaphor, and people can still say I suck at the game.
Remember, I was playing it in late 2013, or excuse me, late 2023, early 2024, and then we put it on hold, and we just never got back to it. So, sadly, for me, it doesn't really matter because,
wow, what a good gaming news segment.
You know, I never got back to it. But for those who like the game,
literally just say, like,
yeah,
man,
by the way, it's free.
I don't know.
Should emphasize that. They're actually making expansion content for their game that's completely free. That's pretty awesome. All right? To just offer something free to the consumer who's already bought the game. They're not looking for any extra profits or anything like that. That's pretty cool.
Are you guys, why don't you play it then? Support the devs, correct? Whatever.
Okay.
Why play Sea of Stars so you can play a real RPG?
Well, that's pretty much what I got for today's show.
All right.
Okay. We don't have a sub on Kick today.
Let's
on the stream.
I know there's he talks about LARPers. I do want to talk about that.
And today is major.
But let's just fuck around.
Oh, that is true. Game Boy just called this out.
Hold up, actually. Well,
this afternoon, around 2 p.m.
Oh, he's gonna talk about Borderlands. I do want to go to the viewer's choice. I almost forgot about that. How could I forget viewer's choice?
Now you guys are have been nominated.
Let's look at the nominations.
I'll be on the
because I'm just gonna think about this, right? Which game is gonna get the Stellar Blade or just a troll attention? The troll game. Because he's gonna find a game that they nominate, like, yeah, the troll wants to play this game, and whatever. He's gonna be passive aggressive. He's gonna be a passive aggressive baby about it, and he's either gonna go in wanting to hate it, or he's gonna go and be like, yeah, it's not bad, it's alright, but I'm not crazy about it, or whatever, or the game he's gonna omit. I wonder which is gonna be
on this side for some reason while we do this. A lot of people want to see me try this game. FYI, here's just some of the games that have been nominated. Lost Records.
Someone nominated Persona 3 Portable. Persona 3 Portable. I'm hoping this person is trolling. Because he's not going to pick the female character for many reasons. One being, I haven't played Persona 3 so long, so why would I play that? Secondly, it's a girl. Why would he? Right? Thirdly, this is the thing. It's a visual novel. The story is solely a visual novel. I am hoping that the dude was trolling, because it is the worst way to experience a masterpiece. Like, the worst way. You might as well just bash your head against the wall and call that Persona 3. Like, just play Reload. If you really don't want to play the best one, which is FES, just play Reload. It even got the answer, so you get that with it. But just play Reload at that point. Portable, it's like you're just in it for the misery. It's because, again, the only saving grace would be playing the female main character, but there's a lot of sus stuff in that too. But that's like Persona fare anyway. Persona has a lot of sus shit as it is. Let's not talk about the teacher in Persona 3. Okay, let's not talk about that. We're not gonna go down that rabbit hole.
Records Tape 2. Okay, then. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 seems a lot of people want to see me try this game.
I'm betting Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is gonna get the troll vote. I think that's gonna be the game that is gonna be like, either he's gonna say it's the trolls are voting for it, even though that may not even be true. Is it gonna be that, or he's gonna be like, he's gonna approach it like, everyone wants to see me play this game, but it's all right. It's gonna be kind of that attitude.
This isn't even a game, so get out of here. Counter-Strike 2. I didn't even, people have mentioned that to me. That Counter-Strike 2 is out. And I didn't even know. I was like, what? Counter-Strike 2? So apparently that's one there. Chess again, the return of chess. I don't know what cell damage is. Finished some of the Five Nights at Freddy's games. Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door remake. That was one that actually was nominated last time for Viewer's Choice.
Okay.
Crusader Kings. Fear and Hunger 1 or 2. Sadly, I can't play Fear and Hunger because apparently it has adult content, but I'll leave it on there anyway. American Truck Simulator. Someone had mentioned that the other day. And then as we scroll down, you're going to see lots of different ones, okay? With various levels of thumbs up. Oh, here's another one. Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door remake. And the games that are most nominated, the way it works is typically during one of these marathons, I play around 4 games.
All right. Fatal Fury 2. Well, I mean, that does have story content. All right.
Lights and things would go out, and then it would still keep recording. So it's funny because I started out that way back in the day with a camera.
What?
Condo to see on camera. It was actually awesome.
Huh?
Where you're in the woods. Someone else's stream of the game. In my living room. Release night. Judgment, and we loved it.
Oh my god.
I reacted, everyone on the stream reacted, and we're like, whoa,
I gotta hear this.
Where I did the unboxing of the...
I think this is a doomer.
It's supposed to be like smoke, like a dramatic cloud of smoke behind you that's kind of moving, like in a little bit of breeze or whatever, like atmospheric smoke. It does look like that, right? It's pretty cool, actually. I like that.
No,
but
it just looks like lights.
I said I wanted to do something a little bit more creative than that. So basically, you can change colors. And I said, hey, why not go on like a rainbow color cycle? So it's supposed to basically be like, like a changing backdrop of rainbow-colored smoke.
I hate it so much.
So I think it looks pretty nice. There you go.
It's fucking nonstop. Okay. Come on, get to the Doomer post. Doomer post. Doomer post. Doomer post.
What is my favorite memory of streaming? Oh, man.
Oh, man. Oh, man. My favorite memory of streaming is honestly just all my Persona 3 streams, all of them. FES to be precise, because that was when like I had a lot more people watching me, which is whatever. I just had more like memories about like the evil tables that I kept dying to. The late night streams I used to do. I keep wanting to do it, but I'm so like, I don't want to lose sleep. Like, I kind of love sleep so much. It's like, I don't want to like go to bed at like 3 a.m. and then like wake up at like 10 a.m. or whatever. It's like, I'm always in that like position where it's like, I don't want to do like overnight. Like, I get really like, annoyed about that. But it's like, I do kind of want to do it. Sometimes I think about it. It's like, oh man, what if I do like a late night stream? But I could do it like, It's not like, oh, if I do it one time, I'm gonna die kind of thing. But it's just like I just like sleeping. You know, come on. You only sleep 8 hours a day or whatever the fuck. You know, you don't want to like fucking uh, you know, I like sleeping. Okay, sue me.
For me, like, I don't have like very super distinct memories of things during streaming
May
because
1st is his
I
favorite.
stream so
That's what I
much.
think.
It's
He
hard to
loved
have
May
like one
1st.
moment really just like stand out. But like, for example, I totally remember the premiere night of Grand Theft Auto 5 where I did the unboxing of the collector's edition and then we booted it up for the first time and I played a lot that night. I remember I played like um at least 3 or 4 plus hours that release night and then I was drinking near the end of the night.
It's so funny. I was rewatching a Tevin React stream to him unboxing the Switch. It was a back in time stream, and I always think about he played Zelda Breath of the Wild like so late or whatever, and then he didn't go anywhere. He just stayed in the little room where Link wakes up from, and then he's like, "All right, that's right. I'm gonna stop it, guys." And it's like, you got a brand new console, you unboxed it, and you didn't want to play Breath of the Wild at all. Like, you know, and then he's like, "Yeah, I mean, I played Grand Theft Auto at launch. It was so cool." But when he got a new console, he didn't want to play Zelda at all. Like, dude, if I got the Switch at launch and I got Breath of the Wild, I would be playing that like crazy. Come on. But I
Night
am a
at the
huge
late night
Zelda
part of the stream I
fanboy,
was
so I am a
drinking
little
while we were
biased.
playing and that's when we had the moment, the joke about Franklin breaking into Michael's house and the stupid guy saying, "Oh, he's black," and everyone freaked out.
No. DSP said that.
While we were playing, and that's when we had the moment, the joke about
Wait,
Franklin
no.
breaking into Michael's house and the stupid guy saying, "Oh, he."
Wasn't it? I want to say it was the daughter, not the guy. He thinks it's the son, but I think it's the daughter because he breaks in and like if the daughter's. But I feel like DSP said that too. But
He's
whatever,
black," and everyone freaked out at the joke on the stream.
they
So
freaked
I totally
out.
remember that. Um, but you know, what I remember memorable moments of games. Like I remember the
Games.
first time I was playing Bloodborne and we were in the nightmare world and those giants throw the rocks at you. And I just remember how well I was doing on this one particular run. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, an unforeseen rock just landed on my head and squished me. And I reacted, everyone on the stream reacted, and we're like, whoa, you know.
Help! He's black!
Oh shit! The game did say it.
Help! He's black! Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Those are some of the moments that I remember, you know, from streams from the
Wait,
past.
what game?
And I reacted, everyone on the stream was doing on this one particular run. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, an unforeseen rock just landed on my head and squished me. And I reacted, everyone on the stream reacted, and we're like, whoa, you know.
So I love that he asked like, "What's your favorite streaming memory?" I don't have any. They like list all of these. Well, the GTA one I don't think was streamed. I don't think. But then he played it. No, maybe it was. Whatever. Fuck it. He played it, and then like but then he says, "Well, as far as games, well, this thing happened in Bloodborne or whatever the fuck." And it's like, so that was during a stream though. Okay.
Those are some of the moments that I remember, you know, from streams from the past. But the thing is, there's other awesome. I would just remember streams in general. Like I remember the Summer of Judgment. Does anyone remember the Summer of Judgment?
The Summer of
So
Judgment.
when Judgment 1 came out, the fact that this was made by the same guys who had made Yakuza, and it played like that, but it was a completely different.
It was only the Summer of Judgment because he played it, and then like people were chill. It was another chill stream brag kind of deal.
Plot, completely different kind of vibe of game. And we just really enjoyed the lengthy playthrough I did that.
How is it a different vibe of a game? It plays the same as, the only difference was like there's like private detective stuff.
summer and having these nice night streams of relaxing and interacting while we were playing the game. And we called it the Summer of Judgment, and we loved it.
No, you did.
It was just such a fun vibe, you know? So I mean, like all these different times, these things that I did on stream, it's not necessarily like, oh, one streaming moment, but it's like an entire, you know, something, a series of things and stuff like that.
Series of things and stuff.
To some extent, I even remember back in the day before I even streamed, some of the late night premieres that I would do. I remember once, this was so weird. I was playing one of the Call of Duties. I couldn't tell you which one it was.
Okay.
Sudden, out of nowhere,
losing interest in this.
My desktop PC, which was in my living room,
I don't care.
Picked it up on the camera mic, stand out for me, went out. So I'm playing a game where you're in the woods, and the only way you could see is with a flashlight. And then all my power went out, so I had to pull out a flashlight and actually use it in my condo to see on camera. It was actually awesome. So even if the power were to go out here, my PCs still work. So the lights would go out, like all the stuff behind me would go out and stuff. But some of the lights and things would go out, and then my office.
Okay.
Yeah. This weekend, the suggestions will close. How much, maybe? And just no, we're not doing the Closet Festival. The Closet maybe when we hit like 100 goals.
Yeah.
It was a great idea. Have a Ryu and Mega Man Legos that I wanted.
I knew he was gonna do it, like,
but I don't know where.
You know, after.
Oh, I know. The battery backups don't last extra long. I'm well aware of that.
I like the
battery backups are only meant to last a few minutes, like maybe like 15 minutes, maybe. So you have enough time to shut everything down. But that's the good thing. Like if the power goes out, I have time to properly finish a video, shut everything down. You know, it's good.
What the fuck does that mean? What's he talking about?
Cade, thank you for a $5 super chat. It's our second super chat of the day. He says, sorry I missed it. I like polls in brackets with a final face-off tournament style. Would be a fun stream? Can we do that on a weekday though? Well, the polls would be public and they'd be posted on the post page. It wouldn't be a stream poll. It would be actual polls posted on my.
Oh my god, this is super. Oh my god, this dude is saying like a final face-off tournament style, but it's like all he's doing is counting fucking votes. I mean, I think this is a roundabout way. He's like using that marble game that Tevin was using for the giveaways, and I think that's what Cade is like kind of talking about. I don't know, like it's weird. Just shut up, Cade.
Where they're posted right now. Right now they're posted on.
Like this is not even a good idea.
So we're at $51 of support, a third of the way to our goal, folks. Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
So hypothetically, would you bring Trump onto your podcast for an interview? Imagine if he brings. Okay, guys, well, welcome the President of the United States, Donald Trump. Oh man, I can't do a Trump impression, so I'm not gonna continue this. Like, it's just not gonna be like, hey, Phil, I like your streams. They're a lot of people don't like video game streams. They usually like a little drama, little drama here and there, but we don't get a lot of real gamer streams. I love when Baron puts on the streams and you play the video games. I love the little games you play, but the ones that are going to be affected by the tariffs, those are not the good games. I don't like what's going on with those games. We want American games. We want games we made here in our beautiful factories, our beautiful offices, beautiful computers, made here. I'm talking to Phil Spencer about that, and we're gonna make gaming great again, Phil. We're gonna do it with beautiful coding. Our beautiful coders, our beautiful, fantastic coders are gonna be doing tremendous things. Okay, so Phil, by the way, I gotta say, as much as I love the streams and the videos, this Derek guy, what's the deal with Derek? I heard a lot about this Derek guy, and you were defending him quite a bit. this Derek guy was a little bit everywhere in your content. Every stream I'd hear it. I'd hear bye Derek, hello Derek, and I just want to say where do we stand on the Derek situation right now? Is he allowed back in, or are we say no to the Derek? He's not on my streams anymore. I did kick him out. Okay, Phil. Now I gotta ask, what happened with the Project 7 money? You raised a goal for this and you didn't even ask for refunds? That's not good. Usually, I do think. Okay, Shrimp. What about the helicopters? I don't know what you're talking about, Phil. I was not there. Okay. You were talking to someone else that was dealing with this. Okay. I don't know. That guy was probably fired. I probably fired him. I didn't like how he did up business. He probably was trying to do some shady stuff, and I got rid of him. He got out of there, okay? So, like, sometimes in business, you gotta do some things, okay, Phil? Sometimes it's very smart to not do stuff sometimes, okay? You don't understand. You don't run a successful business like me, okay? Okay, Phil? Okay, I gotta go right now. Bye. And then he'd be off. There you go. There's a little Trump humor. It's very funny. Everyone loved it. Everyone loved my Trump impression. It was tremendous.
For that momentum. Let's keep that momentum going. Let's hit $100 by the end of the podcast.
See, I try to keep it. I try to keep it in the same vein as his interviews, where the interviewee starts to take control of the interviewer. Because that would definitely happen. If there's one thing that would happen, Trump would take control of the stream. Like everyone else.
Maybe we can double it up and hit 2 goals today to make up for last night. That would be great.
I feel like I do too much like hello.
Like, are people getting the new membership badge tomorrow? To my knowledge, no. I think the actual official, whatever the day was that I was streaming on Kick, I was streaming on Twitch, and I got so angry at them, and I erroneously, like the 6th or 7th or something like that. Whatever the day was that I was streaming on Kick, I was streaming on Twitch, and they erroneously banned me and accused me of saying the N-word, which I have never said. I couldn't believe that they accused me of saying it. And I got so angry at them, and I said, you're so irresponsible to actually suspend a stream before you've even verified that the thing that
they literally did fix the mistake. Because again, I remember someone saying that they have like a bot that will detect like slurs and they will just ban the account. Like, obviously they reviewed it and they let you back on. Like, it was just the Twitch partner program that he was mad about. Like, I don't believe for a second that was a final straw. I think he was streaming on Twitch up until he was approved for the YouTube membership bullshit. That's all that was happening.
That the person is accused of actually happened. Like, what kind of an unprofessional atmosphere do you have? Who would want to work?
Again, he says this as he factually accidentally banned people in his own chat. He has, I didn't mean to ban you, man. I'm sorry, man. Okay, I banned you. He does the same shit. So that guy, should that guy be also mad? Oh, Phil, you accidentally banned me. That's very unprofessional, Phil. And you know what? That's it. I'm not coming back. He would probably shit on him.
With you. You know what I'm saying? Like, who would want to do that? When you just can't trust this site, that this site is going to be trustworthy.
Again, DSP bans people by accident all the time.
My whole freaking thing. You're out of your mind, okay?
But they unbanned him in less than a day. And this dude got multiple, like, special treatment. Like, we don't have to go through the Twitch history, but this dude is, like, ridiculous.
So I quit. And then I came over to YouTube, and I started streaming on YouTube every single day since. So, and I think, I'm trying to remember exactly when that was. Maybe I can find out. Hold on.
Oh, my God.
30th,
I love that this dude hyped up, like, oh, you're gonna see badges?
When I've had it.
This and that, now he, like, doesn't remember. Okay, May 15th. Yippee.
Sometime between May 15th and May 19th. Crowns. It looks like I received, if I can And if it is from them, I actually put on hold, and I don't know why, but this person has contributed to me many times in the past.
There have been other tips that was frozen that he got in the past and before. He never counted them and said, we'll have to wait. But this one guy, magically, we will give him the benefit of the doubt.
So I trust them. All of their payments up to now have cleared. I don't know why this one didn't. Let me see what they have to say. I love your work and thanks again. So there you go.
Oh, now I can see. He always told people I can't see it. It's frozen. This is a CLI.
No. Yeah, I know. This person was one of the supporting it. Playing. I like playing them. Attention and more support on a stream. I agree with you. Thank you for a $50 tip, even though they put it on hold. Elysium, so I know this tip into the podcast. That way, our support. Let's get some more. So, I'm not buying console games to share.
Wait, what?
I was doing the game share stuff with my wife. Now I don't need to because I play everything on PC.
Yeah, well,
so
Loki, dude, that cat is like, cat got fucked. Cat got fucked, man. She was game sharing with Phil, and then these were like, yeah, I'm not doing this anymore. Sorry, Cat, you gotta buy your own games again.
I'm not buying console games to game share.
Yeah, go fuck Cat. Now you gotta buy games.
If you want to see Fortnite nominated for Viewer's Choice and get people to vote for it.
Wait, so now we can do Fortnite for Viewer's Choice? Dude, dude, he used to say, no multiplayer games? The game has to have a finish. But now we can do multiplayer games. Oh, yes.
And then we'll play Fortnite. I'm not idiocy. So goodbye and don't come back.
Wait, what?
All right, Sylvester Stallone, enjoy your ban. I've had enough. Seriously, you're just a fucking idiot. You're just a fucking mouth-drooling dunce, and I've had enough of your idiocy. So goodbye and don't come back. Keep your dollars.
Yeah, it's because, like, he brought up something about, like, some credit card bullshit. Like, whatever, right? Of course, like, it's not necessarily inflammatory. Like, it's not like he was saying, I'm gonna get you, Phil. But DSP thinks that if you bring something up like that, you're only going to get someone else to do it. I mean, even though this information could be, like, widespread generally, and again, like, maybe he was also telling DSP this so he would know and not be surprised, because you think DSP knew that would happen? That's gonna happen? Or whatever you said, right? No, he wouldn't. So it's like, is this a paranoia ban? That's all it is. Like, it's like why he banned Major Riot, because he thinks that, like, all his viewers are gonna be like, oh my god, Major Riot's 100% true, I gotta do what Major Riot says, because I'm gonna trust him over DSP, the person who I love. Whatever.
If we do, I have to freaking get the Switch back in here. I haven't had the Switch in this. Super Mario and the Thousand Year Door is getting a lot of nominations, so maybe we'll finally actually give it a shot. I don't know. If we do,
I feel so validated. I feel so validated? Vindicated.
I have to freaking get the Switch back in here. I haven't had the Switch.
I have to get the Switch back in here. Dude. So he lied. He said, yeah, keep the Switch behind the TV. He never did. I don't believe him. Because, like, dude, it was so obvious Cat had the Switch. Because this dude was, like, ducking a lot of games on the Switch, and he was, like, barely playing the one that Nintendo was releasing, like, Splatoon. Like, you had to, like, force him to play that game for him to even, like, touch it. Other than that, like, he never touched it. That's why, like, I said, it's a waste of time. Like, this Switch 2 thing is, thank God I remembered. Oh man, I kind of want to pull up the Mega 64 clip about it, but it's a long story. But I'll just say it. Fuck it. I don't need to do this. I'm watching the Mega 64 podcast like I always do because I'm a fucking fan, right? Correct? I watch them. They're talking about how they were trying to get the Switch 2 and they're trying to get like, whatever. Because they're trying to get extra ones so they could like, do a giveaway or do content with it. Whatever. So, but Rocco was telling a story. He was getting a Switch 2 for him, and then he wanted to get one for his mom because his mom wanted to get a Switch 2. So he was trying to get one for her. So he was getting Switch 2, and he was getting the normal one, and then he was gonna get the Mario Kart bundle. So these are two different SKUs. He buys them both. Then he gets an email from Walmart canceling both orders. Because they're like, yeah, this is one. This is you're buying it. You're buying multiples. Get out of here, right? So he did end up getting the Switch 2 in another store, but they canceled his Switch 2 order because he bought two, just like the guy. So clearly, I'm just gonna say it could very well be the order number. That could be true, but it could also be true that Walmart caught it because it seemed like, at least with Mega 64 when Rock was selling it, it sounded like they did it very quickly. Like it didn't take them like hours. It just was like that the second that he made the second order. So in my opinion, it kinda tracks a little bit more that they canceled both because I feel like maybe it was a fucked up situation because maybe they did cancel the one with the order number, but then when we ordered the Mario Kart one, that also triggered. Oh my god, this is even funnier. It's even funnier because the one thing happened, both are true. Get a load of this. So I do think, right, that the email said that you successfully canceled your order for the Switch. Okay, maybe that did go through, right? The troll went through, but he ordered the Mario Kart one, and then Walmart also emailed him saying that order got canceled too, and then that was a direct email saying, "Oh yeah, we're canceling both your orders." So both did get canceled, but the other one also got canceled because of that. So I think it's that. I think that's what's going on here. Because I don't know if they have a forgiveness program where, let's say you did buy two, and then you're like, cancel this order. Are they gonna say, oh, well, you did cancel the other order, so you can get the other one, dude. You cancel the other one on our system. Oh man.
In this room for like a year.
But this is why you should not get a Switch 2. Honestly, this is why you should not get one. He doesn't care for Nintendo games. He just wants them for the clout, which he doesn't need.
Last time I played on Switch. So I'd have to get it back in and hook it back up to my setup and everything.
All right.
Sylvester Stallone literally on this podcast, first he's asking me for things I'm going to do on my day off, which he knows I can't talk about. Then he's saying, oh, did you hear about this thing that could personally hurt Phil? And by him talking about it, what he's trying to do is get attention for it, which then if it actually could hurt streamers, would hurt streamers. So why would he do that? He's an asshole. He's doing.
But if he had that information, like he's acting as if like him saying it on his stream is gonna spread awareness. I mean, you realize he could like spread awareness anywhere else, right? If he has the information. Okay.
He's doing it on purpose. He's literally bringing up every negative thing. So no, he doesn't get forgiveness. He doesn't get
forgiveness.
Kissed. I don't care how many fucking stupid emotes you guys use in chat. He's an asshole.
Well, what if it's a misunderstanding?
By the way, it's a sock account.
Oh.
If you don't know.
So then if he knew it was a sock account, why did he keep him around for that long? See, this is what I mean. He says like, oh, I don't like that account here, or whatever. So then why if you knew he was a sock account, why did he keep him around? Okay.
Jalen, yes, I see that you've been suggesting cell damage, and I think people did nominate that for viewer's choice as well. How many handheld consoles do I own? Switch, I guess, is a handheld console, and I still have my Nintendo 3DS XL, I think, somewhere. I think it's somewhere in the closet, so I guess 2.
Yeah, you won't be able to stream from it because the software exploded, as you guys know.
Yeah, I know. I'm well aware. Kick is full of LARPers, meaning people who are on sock accounts who are already trolls who get banned and they come back with new accounts and they're trying to pretend to be friends and shit. And then all of a sudden, it's funny. The funny part is when all of a sudden they all bring up exactly the same thing at once. As if they're all sitting in the same.
I like how them being friends means they're LARPers or that they're sock accounts. Like, what does that mean? Like, how can you be in the same Twitch kick chat? Like, at the same time. I don't know.
Discord server talking behind the scenes. And
by the way, he brought up like It's a Meet Ken and It's a Meet Markula, whatever the fuck were sock accounts during his birthday stream, and he kept them around. I wonder why.
And they decide to say it on stream. Kind of weird, no?
Kind of weird now.
Shovel Knight is getting a current gen release. Well, I already played Shovel Knight. That would it even work with modern Windows with my modern PC? I don't know. I haven't messed with any of it in so.
This dude loves doing these stupid fucking test streams or whatever. Why doesn't he do a test stream to see if the 3DS works? That would be fun. Why not see? And then he could play. He could finally play fucking Zelda: A Link Between Worlds. The game he was like, I love this game. It's like a link to the past. But he'll never play it.
So long. I don't even have the software for it, so I don't even know how I would do it.
Yeah, there's no way to get the software.
I think the company went out of business, too. The company that was modding 3DSs to be capturable on PC, I'm pretty sure they went out of business. So I wouldn't be able to contact them for tech support or anything at this
point. There's nobody else that would do that. Nobody else. Okay. Yeah, you really
What's going on, DT101? How you doing, man?
I don't even know how he did the first time. I really am surprised he even had one. Like, you think this guy knows what that means? A hacked 3DS, a modded 3DS to capture? I'm surprised he even knows what that is.
First of all, we're not doing a DSP Tries It next week because the next goal is the marathon, right? Literally never bought or tasted Wingstop ever, okay?
Okay.
Stuff like that would probably take priority over just getting some chicken tenders. Cat 911, how are you? Good to see you. What I do towards the goal. Talk about that, and we could do that, but drunk, you know. Would be interesting, right?
Oh my god.
We got a LARPer. I got a $5 super chat from a LARPer.
A LARPer! We got a LARPer!
Well, thanks, LARPer.
Yeah, because it says, I lost my mother in 2013. Hardest thing I've ever had to go through. Good luck on your travel tomorrow. Now, of course, you could argue, what if he's telling the truth, right? Or the first half is truthful, then the other half is a lie, right? Or a little goading. But again, DSP did say in the DMs, my wife, oh jeez. I want to say my cat. Yeah, he's gonna say, yeah, my cat, I mean my mom, my wife. My mom is like exploding. I gotta go see her soon. PPP. Whatever, right? He said that in the DMs.
Harper for $5. That's
all I'm man, it's so funny. He doesn't like really like. It's so weird, man. He's like, yeah, I told him my wife was sick, my mom was sick, my rabbit was sick. He believed it all, and it's like, dude, like, wow.
It actually is.
What a cool guy, right? Correct.
Reason number one is that you're a legit supporter. Make sock accounts? Well, there's two reasons, okay? Why do people make sock accounts? Well, there's two reasons, okay? There's two reasons to make a sock account for a stream like mine.
All right.
Reason number one is that you're a legit supporter. You're someone who actually likes my content, but you're well aware that people who support me in big ways, like let's say dropping a big member bomb or a big tip, that people tend to kind of come after them and harass them because people are weird on the internet and just obsessed with the fact that I'm successful while they're not, and they're miserable and I'm happy. They can't stand that. So they try to harass people who support me, you see? So by using a sock account to do anonymous donations, like an anonymous tip or dropping 50 subs on Kick, but it's a name no one ever saw before, it protects your identity. No one knows who to associate that with, and who cares if they go harass that account? It's a dummy account they're never using for anything anyway.
Right. Okay.
The other reason to use a sock account is because you're someone who already has been in a chat and banned a bunch of times for acting like an asshole, but you still want to keep coming in acting like an asshole.
Like Kirk, who DSP allows back into his chat. Like, I just love when it came to Kirk, he was like, what do you want me to do, guys? He's going to keep coming back. He's going to keep coming back, man. I don't know, man. But then these other people who are like saying, hey, Phil, you're a doo-doo head. Okay, you're being buster. And then he'd come back. They would come back in another name. And then he would ban them again for being a LARPer sometimes, or whatever. But Kirk, we just can't do that because nothing he can do, man. He's just gonna keep coming back.
And a lot of the times these people conjugate with others who are assholes, right? I should say congregate, not conjugate. They congregate with others who are assholes on places like Discord, which is apparently the more and more I learn about Discord, the more I'm like appalled.
This is really weird. This is a weird thing to say about Discord. Like, Discord is just an app. Like, yeah, like Discord is like an app that encourages this, which it doesn't. Like, it's like, people run servers. Like, he runs a server on Discord himself, and he's acting as if like there's like a fucking weird or shadow government on Discord. Like, oh yeah, you're gonna do this, man. But it's like, dude, you can do this on like Twitter DMs, email, like people who are like doing stuff to harass people, like they don't just go to Discord to do it, they can do it anywhere because these people are, people who are willing to harass people. I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
That people use Discord as just like degenerate community of people who are just fucked in the head doing disgusting things.
What?
I can't believe some of the things I hear. The more I'm like appalled. Not conjugate, they congregate with others who are assholes on places like Discord.
Who is teaching him about Discord?
Which is apparently the more and more I learn about Discord, the more
I want him to tell us where he's learning this from. Like, who is telling him about Discord? Like, is he just like, like sometimes you go to Twitter and then there's like a thread exposing someone for being a predator or whatever, and like, look at the Discord, oh, look at this. But it's like, these are, but like, this has been going on even before Discord. Does he just look at these like moments and think, that's what Discord does? Is that what people do on Discord? But it's like, no. I mean, there's like thousands of servers that exist on Discord, and not all of them are that. Like, at this point, it's like acting like, guys, there's a weirdo on YouTube. Does that the more I learn about YouTube, I think we need to ban YouTube, guys. There's a lot of weirdos on YouTube, man. I think we should ban it. There's a lot of weirdos on Twitter, Blue Sky, Twitch, Kick. Just the internet. We should ban the internet, guys. There's a lot of weirdos who use the internet. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. It's a series of tubes.
The more I'm like appalled that people use Discord as just like degenerate community of people who are just fucked in the head doing disgusting things.
Degenerate community.
I can't believe some of the things I hear now.
Like what? Like what? What does he hear?
So, yeah, they sit there in their online communities on Discord, laughing, joking, memeing, disgusting behavior, because it's all toxic, negative internet bullying stuff. And then they talk about topics, say, oh, you got to go do this.
But that's not even Discord. People were doing that on Skype. They were doing this on Twitter. They were doing this everywhere. This isn't something that is a brand new phenomenon invented by Discord. Like, Discord didn't exacerbate this or whatever. Like, again, this is like you're blaming a tool for how people use the tool. Like, no. Like, there's things you can add that can control the tool to make it so that, bad things doesn't happen. But this is like not that direct because it's not the same as like a literal tool that, whatever, correct? But come on now, dog.
Say this in the stream and do this. And because they're on a sock account, they think that no one knows that it's them. They think that, oh, it's, they'll never figure it out who I am because it's a new account or a sock account, right? Anyway,
But wait, what?
Who I am because it's a new account or a sock account, right?
So how does he know that these people are even... Okay, first off, how does he know that these people are in Discord initially? He says, I have a mole. I just have a guy that just shows me Discord. Who? Like, it's such a baseless statement.
Right? Anyway,
Is that it?
Zangief says, yeah, after I gifted you last week, people kept following me on Kick and harassing me, but it's not my main account, so I don't care. That's what I mean. That I would strongly recommend anyone who's actually going to support me in some way, You should not have
wow.
any public
Yeah,
facing
I give you
account
money
that has
on
real
this account.
information about
That's
you.
not my real
You should
account, but
protect
I'm
your
using it
identity
right now.
online. You should
Oh, so
always
you
do
got
that.
him.
Like, just in general, everyone should be doing that anyway. But
The
notably, when
classic
you're
DSP
doing anything
fan.
positive towards me, understand that there are actually mentally
Okay. It's the same script we've all heard before.
So, yeah, it's just a good strategy. You
Yeah,
know,
man.
don't open yourself up to online stalking and harassment by using accounts.
But
Like,
this is kind of like the same behavior he claims Discord people do, where it's like they orchestrate this. He's orchestrating whales to have socks.
for example, if you have an active YouTube channel that you use all the time for stuff, never use that channel to contribute to me.
But guess what? If you gift him 100 memberships on a brand new YouTube account, and it can be named Bobby or whatever the fuck, he will accuse you of being an Argentina guy. Because this dude has openly said, I'm gonna open his YouTube channel. When was it created? Does it have any videos? Okay, it's a real person. But if you make a sock account and it's like no videos, no activity or whatever, he's gonna assume it's Argentina. So it's a waste of money.
You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna tip, never tip with your real name. Never tip with an account that's another account online that you want to use, right? Never do that. Make up new names, make up new things, because that's the way to protect your identity. It's just the best way to go about things with these nut jobs on the internet.
Okay.
You also know that I used to send in tips and things like that. I literally had to leave YouTube.
Who said this? Oh, the blimp. As you know, I used to be on YouTube. Okay, blimp.
The blimp says, as you know, I used to be on YouTube. You also know that I used to send in tips and things like that. I literally had to leave YouTube. My email was linked to an Xbox account, and I had someone email a dude I worked with. Absolute insanity. Think about that. Because someone contributed to me with a YouTube account associated with it. Someone data mined it to the point where they were emailing, harassing people around that.
No. Look what he said. Let's look at what he said. I send in tips, etc. I literally had to leave YouTube because my email was linked to an Xbox account. Okay. I had someone email a dude I worked with. Absolute insanity. I literally had to leave YouTube because my email was linked to. I'm. This one's a weird one. I don't know. Because it sounds more like he got hacked. I don't know. Whatever.
The blimp says, as you know, I used to be on YouTube. You also know that I used to send in tips and things like that. I literally had to leave YouTube. My email was linked to an Xbox account, and I had someone email a dude I worked with. Absolute insanity. Think about that. Because someone contributed to me with a YouTube account associated with it. Someone data mined it to the point where they were.
Hey, this guy you work with, he watches DSP.
Have nothing to do
the
with
guy was like, oh, he does.
Do you
Okay,
see how
that's
crazy
cool.
that is? And that's how these people are. These people
hey,
are actually insane.
Come on in. We gotta
no,
talk.
That's not true. Why would you say
that?
You're
no,
taking
your paycheck that you earned.
People who are of sound mind do not act
what
like that.
What does Phil do?
Because people of sound mind realize this is the one life you get on planet Earth. You have a limited amount of time to breathe, to act, to live. You must make the best of the time you have on this planet because it's going to be gone someday. And that's just the human condition. So people who are mature enough to understand that realize, man, I got limited time. I got to use my time for good things, for fun things, for positive things, building others and myself.
Jesus says, why doesn't he cure cancer? Well, he wants to have a positive outlook on life. Why doesn't he just cure cancer? Do it now, Phil. What are you doing with this? This is stupid. Just do something that's meaningful, like curing cancer. I don't know why he's playing video games. What an idiot.
Self up, making positive things for others. Now, I'm going to spend my entire day harassing, stalking, bringing down others around me. What good does that do? Now it takes away from your life experience, from others' life experiences to make people miserable. When you become a certain age and a certain level of intelligence and maturity, this epiphany happens.
Oh
This
man.
switch flips in your head, and you're like, God damn, I
Yes.
got limited time left. I got to make
How
the
do you know
best of
what's
it.
going on in their
The people
heads?
who act like this, these online crazy harassers, are fucked up here. They're not of any mature level of thought. So to them, actually hurting people on the internet they
I
don't
think it's
know is a
also
good
not
and valid
mature to like focus on people who are not mature, right? Or whatever, right? Like in this kind of way. Like again, this reeks of like, those children that act mature so they could sit at the adult table, but they're not really mature. So you're like, no, 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 Timmy, you're staying at the kids' table. We know what we're doing.
use of their time because they're just not mature. It's the brain of a pea up here. It's like a fucking, an infant. And some people, sadly, never get that light switch to flick on. They actually stay ignorant their whole lives.
Oh
They don't get
man.
that epiphany level of, oh,
DSP.
shit, I should do
Come
something good for a
on.
change. And that's pretty sad, isn't it? Because I feel more and more people on this planet are never getting that moment of maturity and epiphany. Instead, it's just they
This is
stay
so
in that.
lame. Like, there's so many things you can say about other people and society and all these things. But, like, I at least have heard more interesting things coming from these people who've talked about society and all this stuff than what DSP had to say. All he says, well, people don't have the switch turn on and they are miserable. Then they make everyone else miserable and they're children and they're immature. And it's like, this is kind of like a nothing statement to make, and it's kind of like, what are you really saying? Like, what's the solution? That they should just do good? Like, it's like saying, yeah, you make a bad game, make a good game. Just make a good game. Like, make meaningful content. What if I think what I'm making is meaningful? Like, what if my life is good, and I just think that like, whatever. Like, how can you really verify other people's quality of life over the internet?
Really fucked up tunnel vision, almost cult like way of thinking. And what meaning does their life have?
Why are you
Pretty
fixing other
sad,
people's
huh?
life? Huh?
Oh, no,
Pretty
I did
sad.
not try any alcoholic seltzers, not once. I've never had a single one of this. Maybe that could be something to try for like a taste.
Yeah, it's gonna be like, dude, she like water, but then there's like punch.
It means live action role player, but it's
Oh my god, we're back to LARPers. I thought that was it, but I just watched. But no,
the
there's
reason that I
more.
use the term LARPer is very simple. It
Very
means live
simple.
action role player, but it's the perfect way to describe someone who is a troll or an internet messed up person who pretends to actually like me or anyone, but the only reason that they're actually there is to hurt the person or
But like, look at this dude. He's saying that as if he knows what a LARPer is, but he talked with PPP for like 8 months. Did a lot of work with them. Because they were glazing the fuck out of him. All these people in his chat that are saying, "Wow, Phil, you got him. You're so cool, Phil." He doesn't ban those people. He only bans the people that are that are so like loudly trolling that he bans, and then he calls those LARPers or whatever. But none of the people are like, "Yeah, Phil, you're so cool. You got him. Yeah, own him, King, with that shirt." He keeps those people around. Like, there was a name that was like Jade and Kirk in a figure 4 or whatever. And it's like he keeps that person around, but that's like a LARPer. Like a perfect LARPer, right? Correct? He keeps that person around.
or deride the person.
Same with Beaver Bother. He keeps those people around. Beaver Bother gives them a money incentive to keep him around.
Right? So here's a perfect example of that. Someone claims that they're a supporter of mine, but then they sit in the chat, and when someone new comes in, they harass the newcomer.
They claim to be a supporter. I mean, that could be like, you can verify that technically, right? Because you could say like, "Oh, you don't have a crown. Oh, you don't. You're not in any of the leaderboards, dude." But whatever.
With,
Okay.
hey, did you support today? Why aren't you supporting Phil? Why aren't you sending? Why would you do that? It's my job to say, hey, here's
It's my job to shake them down, not yours. Okay. Like, dude. Come on. See, this is the thing that they did during the Vestrik. Equilibrium, Elon Musk, and all these people did this a lot back then, where they would pretend to be, like, fans, and they'd be like, guys, the Vestrik! And they did it specifically to kind of show DSP how annoying it is to hear this every stream. And these people who are doing this now are doing it, and they're like, yeah, it's annoying. DSP, you do that. They're just doing what they learned from you.
Here's the ways to support my stream. Here's what you can do. By doing that, they're creating a hostile environment. So that person who's a newcomer will actually be like, whoa, I don't like this atmosphere. And they leave and never come back. They're actually trying to hurt me, not help me. And they do it on purpose. They know it's against the rules, but they do it anyway. That's a live action role player or LARPer.
So do you ban these people?
Who's here?
The way he just talked about it sounds like he doesn't ban them. Yeah, they do. They know it's against the rules, and they do it. Okay, so do you ban these people, or do you just keep them around and warn them? He loves to warn people and not ban them if they do something egregious, right?
Only to try to hurt me.
It's so funny. He really only bans people if it's something offensive directly to him. Otherwise, they get warnings, maybe timeouts, or he's like, guys, don't make me ban you.
A thorn in my side, or actually tried to give me a downfall when it's never really going to happen. But that's what they're doing.
What? How are they giving you a downfall?
They're being disingenuous with their actual, way that they act and say things. Okay?
Okay.
Is there a Charlie's Philly Steaks in my area? I think.
All right.
I've never seen you super chat. Why?
What?
Exactly.
Oh,
exactly, Cade. When was the last time you donated?
You want us to support, but I have never seen you super chat. What?
You want us to support? I've never seen you super chat. Why?
What? Man, Cade is something, because Cade added DSP Gaming. When is the last time you donated to DSP Gaming? You want us to support, but I've never seen, like, it just sounds like, I don't know.
Exactly, Cade. When was the last time you donated? You want us to support? I've never seen you super chat. Why aren't you contributing? Why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? Like, wait, what? Why would you do that to a newcomer? Because you actually want to piss them off or scare them off, and then they never come back. That's why. And that's what these LARPers are doing.
Do you ban these people? I mean, if they make your chat bad, I would assume you'd ban them. But okay. Yeah, you have good mods, thankfully. Oh man, I'm surprised Cade isn't like thirsty for a mod badge.
It's time to end the show, everybody.
Eventually you will. Eventually Cade will want a mod badge.
Thanks for a great week. Thanks for a great month. I just want to end
this
saying
it's been a great month.
April in general was a really good streaming month. Okay, I had a great time with all of you. It didn't matter if we were just chilling, if we were building Legos, if we were during a crazy birthday marathon, if we were shooting people in Call of Duty, if we were beating people up in RPGs, right? If we were all the stuff we did, talking about WrestleMania, and opening packs of so much. And like with big we had that plans for. And let's see here. That is on. Let's turn this back on. And let's get everything set up here. It is time for the break. A 20.
Okay. Is there something else? Let's see. DSP Gaming.
What?
Oh god, that fucking lip smack. Yeah, there's nothing else I really want to like cover. Huge week, dude. Let's see. Oh, he did. Okay. The GTA 6 delay sucks, but maybe now other game developers will stop being cowards and actually give their games release dates in 2025. The first week of June is going to be huge for game news now. Okay, this is really dented. Really dented. Because first off, DSP said like he even in that podcast he said something like he kind of doubted it was coming in 2025. But whatever, right? Okay, he's getting hyped for that as a gaming event. But anyways, I don't think anyone was expecting this game in 2025, but whatever. That's number one. And then he says other game developers stop being cowards and actually give their games release dates in 2025. He thinks, really, that these people were not giving out, these companies were not giving out dates because of fucking GTA 6. You realize that maybe they're not giving out dates because they may have to delay the game, and also, especially what's going on right now, they may not want to commit to a game release. Microsoft announced increasing game prices, Nintendo announced game price increases, all this stuff. It's only a matter of time before Sony does it. And it's probably gonna, and, people are, very, confused by this market situation. So it's, that's already kind of volatile as it is. So right now, it's you may see less and less games get release dates at this point. I mean, I'm sure there's still gonna be release dates and some of them are still gonna come out all the same, whatever, but that's the bottom line is that they probably weren't giving dates because of GTA 6. They probably were just doing it because they didn't know if the game was ready in time. And then guess what's gonna happen? Let's say they're oh yeah, this game, Cyberpunk 2, is coming out August 2nd. And then, June comes. Guys, we're gonna delay Cyberpunk 2 to 2026. You're like, dude, they released the trailer, they gave it a release date, and now they delayed the game? But okay, man. And I love how he assumes June is gonna be huge for game news. How does he know that? How does he know? Huh? But whatever. Let's see, what else? Okay, he didn't really tweet a lot. He tweeted about the, polygon shit that was going on. I understand why people don't like Polygon. I'm not gonna necessarily fully say you have to love what Polygon did and what they're all about. But I'm just gonna say, I think there were definitely people that worked in Polygon that probably made whatever articles that they wanted to make. But again, it's always sad to hear people lose their jobs. Oh my god, my nose is really itchy, dude. Lose jobs, all that. But I think, okay, this is the point I was trying to make. I'm a little bit more concerned that we're gonna start getting more and more, the only people who are gonna do gaming news at this point is gonna be YouTubers, and not a lot of them, are good faith YouTubers. A lot of them would probably, they chase algorithms, they chase rage baits, so, that's what's gonna be the people left to, cover games. At least with an article or, a publication or other game journalists, you can kind of, find ones that you may trust more than someone else or whatever. Now it's yeah, you're gonna be left to YouTube, but whatever. It is what it is. Did he make any other tweet? No. You know what? Let's read that Polygon article about DSP, which he had to get corrected, by the way. He led to a dead link, by the way. Alright. Hopefully it doesn't fucking force a fucking login. Providing some assurance. You see, Phil Burnell is more commonly known as Darkside Phil, or Darksy de Phil. Or Darksy de Phil. One of the most prolific video game let's players in history of the medium. By the way, when was this posted? October 30th, 2012. Okay. I will say this. I feel like at this point in time, it probably was very easy for any streamer that makes an amount to be doing this as a career, they probably would be able to get an article written about them like pretty quickly. I mean, Mega 64 had quite a few like things written about them, but they've done more prolific stuff. They're more creative. But this is a streamer, so like so it was just a matter of time. DSP was just just in the right time. Phil TV, what a great guy. How a regular guy went from laid off to living off games. That low-key almost sounds like a backhanded compliment. Let's see. Dark City Phil, one of the most prolific in the history of the medium. Let's Players for the... Oh my god. DSP... I'm not a Let's Player! This guy's a Let's Player. For the uninitiated, are more or less people who film themselves playing through video games while injecting their own personal commentary. Yeah, Christian did this before everyone else did, okay? So, where's Christian's article? I'd like to ask. The phenomenon, and it is indeed a phenomenon at this point, started as a series of forum threads in which players would upload screenshots of the games they were playing and add accompanying text blurbs to describe what was going on. These naturally evolved into video form. Oh my god, dude! Like I gotta move this to the other screen. This is like, yeah, nice ad. Because I'm watching this on a monitor, and I don't know. Whatever, fuck it. I'm gonna tough through it. I'm gonna tough through this. Fuck it. Let's see. These naturally evolved into a video form and have since grown exponentially with the rise of YouTube and other video sharing sites. Think of it like Mystery Science Theater 3000. Oh my god. Dude, I think that's where he got the comparison. Because I don't know if I even think if he even knows what that is, honestly. He probably read this like, okay, I'll look into this, and then he learned about what they are. Only with video games, vloggers, poorer film quality, and more candid observations from people that may or may not have gone to high school with you. Oh man, I'm thinking this very negatively. Like they may or may not have gone to high school, but it's the with you part. But whatever. Passion is what makes the Let's Play world go round. It's that intangible personal touch that differentiates the Let's Play from simple gameplay footage. Oh my god. Dude, this actually makes him look worse. Not back then. Now. Because there's nothing personal about what he does now. Everything he's doing now is so cold and like distant. Like, dude, if they made this article today, people would laugh this guy out of the building. Like this would be a complete clown article. I mean, it probably was a clown article in 2012, but it would be more so now than then. Because then, you could at least make the argument that DSP actually liked video games. Now not so much. They thrive on personalities of their composers. Some of those personalities are engaging. Others are painfully awkward, but all of them share the same love as most of the people reading this site video games. Passion is what makes Let's Play world go round. Who said this? Most Let's Players create their footage out of simple desire to make their time with a game communal experience. The goal... Oh my god, dude, he reposted this article. I wouldn't be surprised if he starts using communal experience. I do cool streams or chills like a communal experience. The goal is to put you on the couch next to your host. Dude, that's what DZ said about his fucking shit for years. I wonder how much he stole from this guy's article. Because when did he say, it's like sitting next to me on the couch. I wonder when he said that. Your host, to make you feel like their playtime is your playtime, to effectively provide an outlet for those who just don't want their gaming sessions to end at the turning off of a power button. Its popularity seems simple enough. As a video game continues to grow as an industry, so too does the public's demand to play them. As the demand to play video games grows, so too does the demand to consume them in any form possible. Dude, I'm telling you right now, as I'm reading this, we have not gone to the DSP part of this. This article could have been written about literally anyone. Literally. It really is just like, DSP was probably the most prominent at the time, which was like, yeah, I'll talk about this guy, why not? But yeah, this is like, and he could have talked about anyone. It's so generic. Because at this time, it's very important to remember, making a living on YouTube or Twitch or whatever during this time was like unheard of and insane, especially involving video games. So of course, people are gonna make articles discussing this kind of phenomenon because it's like, dude, this is not conventional. Whoa! So like, it was a matter of time before someone made an article about this. Let's Playing gives game-hungry players that other form and even lets them get to know a new buddy who will bring them through these increasingly fruitful experiences in the process. That's not to say there aren't other reasons in today's economy. It makes sense for people to look for a sneak peek of some game they may be interested in, purchasing themselves. As Phil puts it, when you spend $60 for something, you want some assurance that you're going to enjoy it. Some free publicity doesn't always hurt game companies either. A world in video. I don't know why it's like there's a lot of this going on. This is a great footage to like kind of put in your little article, huh? Yeah, fuck you! Phil with a fan. Darkside Phil, Let's Playing career has largely been a smashing success. His dedicated YouTube gaming channel, DSP Gaming, has close to 120,000 subscribers and about 200 million total views across the dozens of playthroughs. Phil's averse to the term "let's play" due to how childish it sounds. Dude, he would say, I don't like to call myself as "let's play" because like it was some weird shit like, oh, it's a playthrough, like I don't know, it had a weird thing. He did not say to how childish. He let this guy say this, I guess. It sounds, and because he commits to completing every game he plays rather than merely playing them. I mean, you could say the same about Let's Play, whatever. Okay, he's run through. If you factor in his old and alternate channels, that view count nearly doubles. He has his own website, which was created by him and a few tech-savvy super fans. Oh man, I feel so sorry for those people. They're known as super fans. Free of charge. Oh my god. Dude, what? Dude, this is fucked up. They're like, dude, hey man, he got free stuff from fans. Oh man. He sells his own personalized merchandise. Shirts, hoodies, mugs, hats, underwear, the works. Plenty of which feature his bearded mug. Bearded mug? I think he means branded mug, but whatever. Bearded mug plastered right on them. His Twitter and Facebook accounts. Dude, you notice they never say the names? They never say the names of the fucking website, the merch store, or anything. They never mention it! Why? I thought it was acceptable back then. Why would they omit the name of these websites? His Twitter and Facebook account sports thousands of followers. He hosted his own panel at a few conventions. He's even branched out and created a highly viewed live-action gaming sitcom. Come sketch. What? This has to be a fucking typo. What? And what does this link? Oh my god! At least the YouTube playlist. I'm not clicking it. Sitcom cum sketch. That is a very weird thing to put in there. I would even be scared to click the YouTube playlist. I don't know what it will lead me to. With a few of his best friends. Most significantly, he has one of the most rabidly loyal fan bases of any YouTube celebrity on the site. One willing to donate their own possessions to him for future playthroughs or just because. Oh man, and it was just games. Now he gets fucking furniture, cat toys. Well, he did, and a whole ass console now, and PCs. Create tribute songs to his videos and go to war with him against more well-known Let's playing competitors. They love Phil, and he loves them back. He loves them! They love him, and he loves them back. A fact only emphasized by the occasional fan appreciation mailbag or contest giveaway video. Dude, low-key, this almost sounds like a fucking snarky article. I mean, it probably wasn't, but it kinda does. It kinda does. Yeah, he loves them. He gives them nice giveaways. Check out the Hardcore Gaming Season giveaway. You check it out, you get empty game cases. I owe everything to them. Oh, my trash! Phil says he's not just saying that. No views mean no livelihood. Oh my god. Oh man. Oh, okay. Unlike most of his peers, Phil actually makes a living off of the enterprise he's built for himself through partnership with gaming video giant Machinima. I'm not partnered with big companies. I don't do that with any company. I'm self-sufficient. Yeah, Phil was with a big video game giant, Machinima. Yeah, that's right. The more that people watch, the more he earns. It's a volatile business. No, it's the most secure business, idiot. DSP said so. But it makes Phil a 21st century entrepreneur. Yeah, sure, buddy. If there's ever been one, I would argue, Mega 64. Oh, you ever heard of him? But he also, to use his terms, just a normal guy who recorded himself having fun with his hobby. Walking the line. Oh my god, this looks like a fucking, threat, screen. Seemingly, everything about Phil emphasizes his implicit blending of potential for internet popularity with the ever-present sense of humor. Oh my, sense of normal guyness. He's as much of a normal guy as a fucking stereotypical comedy bit. There's nothing normal about DSP. Okay, anybody can play a game, but it takes a certain mixture of outlandish personality and instant associability to make the gig work. Phil's childhood brought nothing really out of the ordinary to speak of, but he does not. He does know that he always had a knack for speaking in crowds, some oratory competitions in grammar school. What? Okay. Here are a few college presentations and group meetings at past jobs there. Like many kids, he was hooked on arcade games like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and especially Street Fighter 2. But wound up being skilled enough at them to compete and win at local, then regional, then national fighting game tournaments. The stale feelings of consistently beating up on the Northeast local competition soon turned to a 7 years of semi-frequently competing against and defeating the best fighting game players in the world. A hobby that once cost a few handfuls of quarters suddenly became a very time-consuming and expensive passion. The cost of travel, hotel stay, food, and transportation far outweighed the possible prizes, even at national level events, he says. A general enjoyment of gaming bred an expert on an entire genre of the medium. Dude, he would hate this in the future for no reason. Because he loves games. All the time, Phil worked a variety of retail and office jobs from high school up through his late 20s. None of them all that spectacular or noteworthy. All the things you'd expect to happen at those jobs happened. And now that they don't, Phil makes a living solely off his ability to be entertaining while playing video games. There's a trend here. Take something average, turn it into something more. In a way, Phil's origins are a microcosm for a good Let's Player. Itself, anybody can play a game, but it takes a certain mixture of outlandish personality and instant associability to make the gig work. You've got to walk the line. Oh my god, I just read that though. Whatever. You do that in the other paragraph. Whatever, okay. A new hobby. The Let's Playing started out simple enough back in 2008, a few years removed from college and still in the midst of his office job. Phil posted an innocent 5-minute video entitled Dead Space, Scary as Hell, Chapter 2. You can probably guess what happens. Our friend Phil gets scared, we laugh. Dude, now dude says, yeah, people can't handle getting scared, so they watch me play it. I try to, lighten the mood. And because everyone else gets scared. He reversed this because I guess he can't handle being scared, but whatever. Phil says that it wasn't supposed to mean anything at first. At the time, I'd just been diagnosed with a serious back condition, and that limits my mobility, so I was just getting back into casual gaming, and kind of retiring from the competitive game scene. I'd seen things like Angry Video Game Nerd. Wait a minute. Is that the Dead Space game? Is that the Dead Space video where DSP said some interesting... No, that was Dead Space 2. Or was it Dead Space? I don't... Fuck it, whatever. Competitive scene, I'd seen things like the Angry Video Game Nerd, one of the pioneers of gaming-themed web comedy, and a major influence for Phil, and wondered, what if I pointed out the annoying parts of modern games, like he did with classics. Oh my god, what a pioneer! Dude, what if I played modern game and criticize it? Nobody ever done that! Wow, guys, DSP is a pioneer. Nobody in life would ever think to criticize a game that came out in the modern day. Nobody. DSP the trendsetter, guys. He paved the way. At the same time, I had seen lots of gameplay videos on YouTube without commentary, and they just seemed boring. So, as a new hobby, I decided to pull my old-ass digital camera out of the closet and record myself playing games. I didn't really have any goals or expectations at all. I just wanted to have fun playing games and share that with others, and it eventually took off. Phil was doing well. He had his own place, a steady job, and an increasingly large group of strangers eager to just watch. Single videos became full playthroughs and Wait, I thought all his playthroughs were full playthroughs and not just single videos. But, whatever. And a few pockets of fans became dedicated collective. Suddenly, some guy, wisecracking his way through Fallout 3, Batman Arkham Asylum, and Heavy Rain, gained himself a cult-like following. Phil was doing well. He had his own place, a steady job, a great competitive gaming legacy. Yeah, 4th place at EVO, so worthwhile, man. He could look back on fondly and an increasingly large group of strangers eager just to watch him do what he enjoyed most. It was nothing unbelievable. Sure, but it was comfortable. Man, you know what's funny? They say always look back at this fondly. You talk to him today. Yeah, I did Evo. It was stupid. I hate it. I can't believe I did that dumb shit. Here, like, yeah, it's great. He did it. And it's so cool. But now he hates it. Now it's bullshit. I like how almost this guy liked it, what DSP did more in the past than what DSP would tell you. And oh god, dude, he said he was doing a bit back then. Dude, man, DSP really did this article dirty. Staying positive, you gotta stay positive, guys. Staying positive since 2012. Then it wasn't like too many over the past half decade or so. Phil was laid off from his office job of 5 years in the fall of 2010. That was too happy. In 2010, his company underwent a reorganization that left him, in his words, in a totally new position on a totally new team under a relatively new vice president. Another round of layoffs came down from the top, and eventually Phil was cut. It is so funny because these layoffs are always a product of management shifting, mergers, all this stuff. Like that, every time you hear a story about oh, this company bought this company, it's yeah, they're gonna lay off. That's terrible, whatever, because that always happens. But when DSP was laid off, DSP made it sound as if they fired him, that they came up with a reason to fire him, but that's not what happened. They just laid him off. That's all that happened. He made it seem way more prophetic and dramatic than what actually happened. Meanwhile, when Machinima cut him, it was he kept going between they laid me off, he was fired, and this stuff. It's very, he takes this stuff very personal. When it's yeah, these layoffs suck and all this other stuff, but whatever, right? It's a lot easier to cut someone you don't know than somebody you do know. So yeah, just the wrong place at the totally wrong time. You don't need to read an article to know this. Phil himself first broke the news to his then sizable group of fans in a vlog called Laid Off! My reaction. My reaction to being laid off, let me tell you. And I think that's the same video as he says the F slurs. That's cool. You can probably guess what happens. Our friend Phil reacts to losing his job. We feel bad for him. Watching Laid Off is at once fascinating and heartbreaking. It's the moving picture, literally, of a man on the verge of tears, grasping. Dude, he does this so much. It's so funny reading it. It's so funny reading this stuff. Now he does this when he's not hitting goals. Oh, man. Now, on the verge of tears, grasping at whatever's floating around in his mind, and just saying it, we're going to stay positive. He repeats through, dude. Okay, we're gonna have to watch this video. We're just gonna have to. We're just gonna have to. Where's the clickable link? Give me the clickable link. We gotta watch it. We have to. Come on, man. DSP laid off video. Oh man, there has to be the re-upload somewhere. Here we go.
What's up, everyone? It's DSP here, and probably this is going to be the most honest video I've ever made. It's going to be shooting from the hip, but I'm also really just rambled on like a fucking. Okay. It's always been my hobby. Well, bottom line is this: I went into work today and they laid me off, so I no longer have a full-time job. I'm unemployed, and this means a lot of things. Negative and say, oh, this is bullshit. America's been laid off recently because it's happening all over as a good and bad. And here's what I say: obviously the bad, that with everything going on, and especially when you're out of work, you got to be careful.
Okay.
And in a couple of months, when this severance package runs out, where am I going to get that money from? That's a major fucking concern. And I have bills, I have credit card debt, I have other things going on that, you know, it is definitely a worry and a concern of where the money's going to come from. But what I can say is this. Not an easy thing to do. But
he doesn't seem that heartbroken. Like, the birthday stream, he literally was crying. This, he's just like, telling it as it is.
25 minutes before.
Oh god, I got a little
forgive me, because like I said, I have so many thoughts and things going through my head. People who are getting in this situation right now, because at least I have a side project going on for me. I have this thing on YouTube going on. You know, I have dedicated fans who support me, and let me just tell you this, because this is the honest truth from the heart. You know, there's some days when I wake up and I feel like shit, and not just, you know, physically, but mentally, you know, I beat myself up some days about things that have happened, maybe at work, maybe something in my personal life, maybe my performance in a game. And then I go online and I see thousands of people basically saying, Phil, thank you so much, you're a great person.
Okay, this seems like whatever. I don't know if it was that fucking emotional. But whatever, okay. Let's see. Grasping whatever something that said he says positive, he repeats throughout the video. And it's never truly clear whether he's talking more to the camera or to himself. The rambling goes on for 18 minutes. I mean, I do kind of feel half the time he rants, he's talking to himself. Like, he's trying to reassure himself. So that's kind of a good pickup there. And with each one, you can see the sense of dread growing on Phil's face. But I mean, dude was like just laid off. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Whatever. Like, what? I mean, of course, he's not gonna go up like, yeah, I got laid off, man. Yeah, pretty fucking cool, right? Like, I don't know. I think like the way he's acting is just kind of like average. I just think it's just weird. He didn't like he didn't like apply to any other job. He just stopped. He was like, yeah, economy sucks. I'm gonna stop applying. Like, that's a good attitude to have. With each one, let's see. It's like watching a group therapy session if the dude talking was blindfolded the whole time. What? You can watch it, but at the same time, you feel like you shouldn't be. It's depressing and modern all at once. Like, most of the okay, this is kind of like a very weird thing to say, just in general, because it's like you shouldn't be, dude. He's talking about losing his job. What the fuck do you think? Like, I've seen tweets from people like, yeah, I got laid off, like from from Polygon. Like, this Polygon shit has been going on. A lot of people were like posting like, dude, I just lost my job, like, and a lot of other people in my department lost their job, and this and like you can like support them doing this and that. But at the same time, like, DSP could have gotten another job in 2012 or 2010, whatever. Like, this at least is like more pertinent because like, where are these journalists gonna go? Like, you know, like they can't go to Kotaku, and all this other stuff. Like, it's more hurtful for them, I think. Like, there's more there than DSP losing his job, because people lose jobs like that all the time. They can always try to apply for another. Like, it sucks. It's a whole kind of thing, but to say, oh, it's like we shouldn't be watching it. What? No shit, dude. He made a video talking about something personal. Okay. At the time, he's wearing a t-shirt emblazoned with the middle finger and his name on it. Oh, so why share it? I found my ability to be startlingly honest with my fans to be a lot of things, Phil says. It's refreshingly therapeutic to know people are interested in what I have to say, and it's useful when I get inspiring and interesting feedback. The thing that's weird, again, like, in a vacuum, having this one video, like, okay, to bring back the Polygon journalists, like, they're probably, like, gonna be focusing now on how they're unemployed and how, you know, they want to how they need support and this and that, right? They're probably gonna do that for a while, but then they're probably gonna find other ways to, like, make something work. They're probably gonna try to make their own journalist publication, maybe, or whatever. They're gonna figure something out eventually. They're not gonna keep making posts, like, every month saying, guys, a new bill came in! Guys, the bills! DSP, like, in a vacuum, that video would have been fine in a vacuum, but he has done nothing since then that he made it work. In each challenge, it was just faced with, guys, I'm being challenged right now, I got PayPal, hello, like, that's how he handled it. But whatever. The top comment on the video reads, Phil, I know I'm going to swear here, so sorry for that, but you are a fucking legend. Being that I knew I was going to try making YouTube work as a job, and that major changes to my life and the content I'd be putting out were coming, I decided to immediately be as honest and forthcoming with my audience. Phil continues, that way, I had time to relate my real, raw feelings and thoughts before I had time to really let them settle in. And I think it's that raw feeling that really comes across in that video. You know, and this also shows this article really just assassinates DSP in the future, because you get the idea or the impression that DSP is like a creative person and he's like thinking about what to do with his videos. But when you look at what he's doing now, he's taking fewer risks. There's nothing creative about the videos he's putting out, and there's really nothing interesting. Like, the stuff he's doing is stuff that everyone else has done already, and people have seen it, and people have moved on. And, like, as I said, even with Mega 64, they've done more videos than just IRL skits. They've done other kind of skits, they've done streaming events, and they keep trying to find other inventive ways to get support and to make their career work. DSP has not done anything that is any meaningful endeavor, like, at all. There's nothing different or interesting with what he's doing. All the time he's wearing a t-shirt emblazoned with a middle finger and his name on it. It is a messy time, to be sure. So Phil gave the YouTube gig a shot, knowing full well that it was a total shot in the dark, and it could have gone horribly. It didn't. The previous success Phil maintained when Let's Playing was just a hobby continued to expand. He got the coveted partnership with Machinima, and enough people kept watching. kept watching, Phil could now survive off his first love. Panda Lee? No way. What? It blew up almost immediately, which was amazing. Once I saw that it could work, I never looked back, just forward. Add 2 more years of near constant uploads, and you now have the career Phil enjoys today. As he discovered after filming his but again, like, he got all this money, but he never really invested into anything else. Like, it's just a fluke, technically. Especially during this time, everyone was like making money and all this other stuff. But at least a lot of people had the foresight of like constantly trying to improve and change things and do new things. He didn't do that. From this laid off vlog, the key to Phil's growth was, and still is, being extremely honest person. In this time of constant connectedness, a time where people, man, okay, this is, oh god, oh man, you know what, okay, connectedness, let's see, his willingness to essentially let people enter into his life is what causes his fans to adore him the way they do today. Seriously, when Phil says that he shares almost everything and that he feels he has nothing to hide, he really means it. Yeah, well, I can't say that now. Can't say that now, man. In the past, he had a particularly popular series called DSP Tries It, which would find him taking various products and, well, trying them. Dozens of thousands of people would watch as Phil ate breakfast, sandwiches, sampled energy drinks, played with RC cars, and yes, showered, among other things. Another series, Poorly Cooking with the King, brought viewers into Phil's kitchen to watch him whip up such delicacies as hot dogs, quesadillas, and paninis. Practically every vacation Phil has taken over the past 3 years has been recorded in some capacity, from the latest trip to Orlando to his visit to E3 earlier this year. It wasn't long after he met his current girlfriend, a new Let's Player herself, that the pair were filming a special Valentine's Day message to the omnipresent public. Oh man, they didn't say her name? Come on. The top comment on that one. If they make children, the kids would be the luckiest kids ever. Like 2 gaming parents, that would be awesome. Oh man. Oh, that's so cringe. You can tell a child wrote that. But okay. Yeah, the luckiest kid ever. They have gamers for parents. Oh yeah, that's what I was, when I was a kid. I was thinking, I wish my parents were gamers. They just don't get it. Even Phil's standard gameplay footage is uploaded in bulk, putting you on the couch with him for 4 to 6 hours of game time on an average day. Spend some time looking into DSP's videos, and it's clear that this is someone who takes the basic Let's Player concept to its logical extreme. Okay, really? You're not just watching a gamer, you're watching another human being go about a good chunk of his life, a life that is fundamentally centered on video games. For the average viewer, it is undeniably fascinating to see someone be so open with people he'll never meet. For the longtime fan, it borders on voyeuristic. The Let's Player, this normal guy, turns into the closest thing the industry has to its own EdTV or EDTV, whatever. After a while, you'll expect certain things from him. How he'll act if this thing happens. What he'll say if that one does. Glue yourself to the monitor long enough, and you'll see what it feels like to know someone you've never met. Phil understands what he's doing. He understands that this intense honesty makes people feel that they have a special connection. But does he respect that connection? That's the question. He understands that even the seemingly insignificant technical details, like filming with a camera in front of his couch instead of using directly captured footage, makes his channel seem far less computerized and impersonal. He understands that finding other Let's Players willing to share the things he shares is a rarity these days. Man, why doesn't he try pointing a camera to TV now, right? But he understands that it's worth carrying around a camera and pressing record if that means putting a smile on somebody else's face. Yeah, but now he says that was stupid. He wished he had adopted red capture so much earlier. Man, this article really does him no favors. Oh, there we go. We got the hate. It's not all rainbows and high view counts. There are some elephants in this uploaded room that are worth mentioning. If you clicked on any of the links to Phil's videos, then it's probably pretty clear that his brand of humor isn't going to jive with everyone. He can be crass, boisterous, obnoxious even. Oh man, he's called things that annoy him. The R slur. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that word. Look, deal with it. He's infamous among many YouTubers for raging when. Wait, what? He's infamous among many YouTubers for raging when he can't get through a certain part of the game. This is probably the worst one. I mean, there's worse ones, but okay. He's definitely taken more than his fair share of troll abuse too. With every video he puts out, it's almost guaranteed that he'll offend some group of people. Yeah, dude, this video even mentions the trolls. He's like, yeah, this is before the internet hates me. This article literally brings up people that hate him. Pretty cool, huh? When he goes on rants like the one railing against the press, and when he says that the major gaming media are desperate to stay employed in any way possible. Man, this dude is writing an article where this dude is like mocking basically his profession. That's cool. This guy really knows how to find the cool people, right? DSP can come off as a bit ignorant. Oh, just a bit. I mean, at least he knows he's a bit ignorant. Not to recognize how such statements resonate with much of the internet gaming populace, for better or for worse. But this is dumb. This guy acts as if everyone on the internet at this time loved gaming media. That's not true. Dude, I talked about this in the last video. Adam Sessler talks about how everyone hated G4 and X-Play, basically. Except for Morgan Webb, apparently. But Morgan Webb is a woman, obviously. But dude, people have always hated game reviewers. Like, DSP did not, like, create that. Whatever, okay. Some will see this article and undoubtedly call Phil whiny, sexist, dumb, or what have you after viewing one or two of his videos. Yeah, I'm sure, no, everyone loves sexist people now. Everyone's like, yeah, sexism is pretty cool, man, right? Yeah, I'm sure that's something going on. Nobody thinks sexism is a very negative trait that people should not have, right? Others will laud him as a no bullshit truth teller. He's as much some dude from down the street as he is a successful self-started entrepreneur. But again, Phil's aware of what he's doing. Safe humor is boring, he replies, in response to his lightning rod persona. The best humor is based off of the risque, the taboo, pushing the limit, and the edge, being a George Carlin and a Howard Stern, rather than a boring, blasé, PG nobody. Yeah, but these people also got trouble for some of the things that they said, and they kind of like adapted to what they've done. They found their own success, whatever. But okay. I find it funny when this style of humor is now branded as crass, dumb, and puerile? Because it takes the right kind of person to make it successful. He continues in defense of his product, or else why isn't everyone just yelling obscenities over generic videos and making it on YouTube? It's not that simple. You can make your own judgment. Plenty of others already have, for what it's worth. Yeah, you read all this knowing that DZ was saying this stuff to please teenagers. It'll really make this sound very cool and not a little weird at all. A wave of popularity and positivity. How long will this last? Phil doesn't know. To be honest, he may not even care. Oh man, that is so not true. He did care because he's crying about it now. He cried about this when he first uploaded this, when he reposted this article. If and when the burnout comes, he'll handle it. But that's not now. Yeah, that's future Phil. Future Phil will take care of it. Oh man, classic procrastination. If that means the line between Phil Burnell and Darkside Phil gets a little blurred, so be it. He doesn't quite know if that's a good thing, but such is the nature of his business. At least this far down the road, I haven't had any negative consequences in the real world for being so open and honest. Yeah, because he didn't run into any fucking friction. Now he does, and look how he crumbles. Nobody can predict the future, he says. Right now, I'm doing very well, and I'd be stupid to plan on changing my career, but nothing is forever. Right now, I'm too busy riding my wave of popularity and positivity to care about possibly changing careers. I'm having too much fun doing what I'm doing now to change. Yeah, it's called laziness. It's the same formula he does now. He gets popular. He continues to like ride this wave of popularity. It fades. He doesn't care. He keeps going, doing the same thing, and doesn't grow. Like that. Like it's not a good career. A way to treat his career that's like this volatile. And a career largely brought about by circumstances. It's only fitting for Phil to focus on the moment, on the right now above all else. Why not, right? Games end, videos are cut, waves crash, friendships die. A time and a place for everything and everyone. His just happens to be a couple clicks away. So as long as people are entertained, it's all good. The main motif of Fallout. Oh. Okay, that was just an ad. Man, this article, like, I don't know. I don't know how to describe this article. Like, it seemed like the dude didn't really care about DSP. It was more about, like, the career and more about, like, how he was making a living. You know, so, like, it's not even, like, you know, boosting him that much. It's just describing why people like him and this and that. But again, I think the main reason why they did this article is honestly just to talk about the phenomenon of people making a Let's Play, and he was probably an approachable guy. But it is so funny to me that he had the gall to say, like, I don't have any reason to change. Like, why should I change? And it's like, what, like, he's not gonna grow, he's just gonna ride the wave of popularity. Which innately shows how little he cares about the audience. If he cares about the audience, he wouldn't care about riding this wave of popularity. He'd be focusing on how to retain the audience and what more to give them. Like, I don't know, like, it's very short-sighted, and even the way that this is written, it kind of has a sneaking tone that even the guy who's writing it kind of feels that this guy's gonna go into obscurity in a way. Like, you know, that's why, like, at the end, it kind of focuses on more on the uncertainty of the future, and, like, oh, he's gonna focus on the here and now. because I think even this guy knew, like, yeah, if he's gonna ride this wave, that's all he's gonna do. I don't know what's gonna happen, because things always change. Like, all of this is so short-sighted. All of this aged terribly, and all of this is stuff DSP shits on today. Like, that's what's, like, so bad about this article. And he points to this article as, look how positive this is. But this is all stuff he shat on. And in some cases, other cases he praises this. It's really weird. It's not consistent. Because he wants to kind of paint himself in whatever suits him. And that's what makes this, like, even more of a snaky kind of thing he's been saying. All this stuff is all vanilla, like, this is what you should say in an interview. Oh, what's your weakness? My weakness is I care too much. What's my strength? My strength is listening to people. Like, you don't want to say anything, like, offensive or whatever. But this is stuff that's, like, he's telling people what they want them to hear. So this is, like, a silly article to begin with. And a silly one for him to fucking highlight at all. Does he reply to anything? No. He doesn't reply to anything. Alright. That is it for this video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.